going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition, your post-game edition of the Evolution on Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web as your Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeat easily the New York Giants 30-7 to move to 5-6. I'm your host, Peter Blake. How do we start off this show along with Best of the Bay's Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy? Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense, and we got to play this. Victory! There you go, a victory.
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. The 4-game losing streak is over. Finito. We talked about it at halftime. This Bucs team had to keep their foot on the throttle, and Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy, Best of the Bay, they were able to do that.
100%. You saw this team not quit. You saw Baker go back in. This team, you think about it, is scary. The thing
Listen to that.
Woo! The thing that must be most scary about this Buccaneers team, Pete, is that
yes,
you hate me. They don't know how to pull off the throttle.
Yes.
They don't want to pull off the throttle.
Yes.
Baker is. This team is going to live and die by Baker, and Baker bakes. Baker bakes.
Well, you did take a shot there later on in the game. We were kind of concerned about their handoff there. It looked like to White. That was his fault. Also had another turnover. So there was a little sloppiness there. The Bucs defense does give up a touchdown there, Devin Singletary. But as the great Leo Haggerty told me, they get paid also. Overall, I mean, I just think you like this score. I mean, of course, it started out with Sean Tucker there. From the very get-go, that long drive, 8 minutes off the clock. You get the hammer from Sean Tucker, the jumbo package from Vita Vea. You got Chase McLaughlin, which you bring back in Sean Tucker, and a lot of fans have been screaming for it. We've been talking about it. How do you use him? How do you utilize him? You know, Bucky Irving today. We'll get to him in a moment. Very impressive, but he fumbles the ball. And like I said at halftime, this is how you know the Giants are a bad football team. Nobody on that defense notices it besides Baker Mayfield. So the Bucs get a break there, settle for a field goal. Of course, Bucky Irving with a 6-yard touchdown there to make it 17-0. And then as we talked about, Baker Mayfield going in for a 10-yard touchdown run to make it 23-0 with McLaughlin missing the extra point. Go to the second half there. We talked about Mike Evans. What kind of impact would he have on this offense? No, not the Giants. No.
Oh,
no,
you're.
Right. I know you're a Giant.
Hey,
it's okay. You can come on.
Trending in the right direction.
Yes.
Come on. You can come over.
You can come on really quick. We'll bring on a Giants fan.
I think it's time for us to tank.
Okay.
For the first round pick.
For who? Shador Sanders and Deion
Sanders.
Okay.
Oh, does Deion come with the package?
All right, sir. Are you done at this point with the Brian Daboll?
Today I am.
Yes. Why is that?
Today I am done at this point because I bet on the Giants today.
Okay.
My wife is a Bucs fan. It's a house divided.
Well, how does that go? Are you sleeping on the couch tonight?
I might got to go sleep with the dogs tonight.
You know what you got to do, my friend. And again, the disclaimer is out there. I am single, never been married before, no kids. What you got to do, my friend, is you got to wine and dine her. You got to take her out to the
No. Die-hard Giants fan from New Jersey.
Yeah, go. All right.
I like the Bucs because I live here.
She's a Bucs fan, though.
No, don't say that.
Wait. Oh, no, that's his wife. His wife's a Bucs fan. Oh,
There's a Giants fan right here next to
you. You don't come like this if you don't love the Giants. And I like it.
Don't say you like the Bucs.
Okay, quick.
I would never say that.
Quick Giants question. Quick Giants question.
Hold on.
We had this debate at the game last night.
Does she see what I got on?
Listen, now here's the deal, guys. All right, what's your name?
Eli Manning.
Terrence,
Ask them
Okay,
about
thank
Eli.
you very much for being
Eli
on the
Manning.
Evolution.
Hold on. He's got a question for you.
Okay.
You go.
No, go ahead.
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning,
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Famer, beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl.
That was one of the
There
things.
you go.
And we stopped them from going 18-0 one year.
You're exactly right.
I'm Phil Simmons is my favorite quarterback.
Okay, well, I got to throw this out there now. We're live from Ferg Sports Bar and
Okay.
Grill. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Best of the Bay, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy, after the Bucs defeat the New York Giants 30-7 to move to 5-6. You said your wife was a Bucs fan.
Right. It's a house, so it's a house divided right now.
Well, I'm telling you, if you don't want to sleep on the couch tonight, boss, you got to wine and dine her and take her to a favorite restaurant.
I quit. Y'all like the Bucs too much.
Ask him
Y'all like the Bucs too much over here,
Ask him
man.
what he's doing for. Ask him what he's doing for his lady tonight.
What are you doing for your?
I told you, disclaimer, I'm going home.
You don't
I'm
have
going
a
home
lady.
alone.
You don't have a lady.
Alone. No bills, no frustration, no house divided, man. Appreciate you. As always, look at that. I seen them over there, Giants.
I just want to come here and talk my shit.
Now we watched the game with you guys. It was a
Yeah.
great. We had a good time today.
No,
I mean,
me too.
We love you, man. The Sports Web on YouTube, all right? Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake, okay?
Happy family over here.
tell me about it because there's kids going around out here. We're having a great time.
Yeah.
Winning or losing, didn't everybody here first
Winner
today
or
have a
losing,
good
we
time?
celebrate. As
There
a
you go.
Giants fan, you have to celebrate your losses and enjoy it.
Okay.
Right or wrong.
All right.
What else are you gonna do?
Right or wrong. If
that's
you're a
fan.
real Giants fan, you're going to celebrate the losses and the wins.
There you go.
Because we'll never be. We ain't going to look like this for too long.
Well,
All right.
Well, we had a great time today. You tell your family how great and beautiful you all were because we had a good time.
Yeah, we had a good time
We're gonna
today
be
with you
great
guys.
soon.
Oh, you guys are going there?
We'll
You're
see.
definitely going in the right
We'll
direction.
see. You got some.
Neighbors a dog. Neighbors
The
is a dog.
Bucs can only be great for so long.
Oh, come on now. Go. You don't have to be so mean.
The Bucs could be great for so long because at the end of the day, it's any given Sunday.
I love it.
That's why
I
they
love
play
it.
the
Y'all will
game.
be trash the next Sunday from now.
Easy. Thanks a lot for coming on the Evolution. This was what you get here live
Yes,
from Ferg's.
Ferg's. Having a
Open
good time
phone
down there.
lines. If Bucs fans out there, rejoice. It is Victory Sunday afternoon. Victory Monday. I got to do it again. Victory! There we go as the Bucs win 30-7 over the New York Giants. Let's go out to some of these comments here because there are plenty of them. Let's go out to Ben. LFG Bucs
There you
win.
go.
Yes. Let's go! Africa 101 first. Go Bucs. Go Bucs.
How about them Bucs, baby?
Go Bucs. Where's it at there? Let's go! Go Bucs.
Okay, first of all, I
Yes.
just saw why your ADD loving self loves these sports because
Yes.
when you press a button, it also tells you exactly how long each clip plays.
Of course.
So why are you not giving me a little more of that WDAE?
The Sports Web on YouTube or friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. We call
Peter
this
H.
the
Blake.
evolution of sports talk television. It's a television show without the station, a radio show without the station. We're live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Yes.
Go to Ferg's website.
Yes.
It'll be on there.
Yes.
Take care.
All
Me
right,
too.
my friend.
House
Appreciate
divided.
you. Love that. I
House
love
divided.
that.
He's
He's
gonna
a
get-
respectful Giants
You know what,
fan,
though?
but I tried to give him some advice.
Hey, you know what? He's
I
gonna.
tried.
He's not sleeping on the couch. You know why?
All
'Cause
right.
He let it slip there. He's a Bucs fan. He let it slip.
I think he is. I
and
think
he got
he's,
help
I
for
think
it.
he's
but
going to be a
my guy,
Bucs fan.
He came tall.
He better
He's
be a
gonna go-
Bucs fan tonight,
But he
or
better-
his wife will permanently.
He better take that outfit off before he gets home.
That's
though,
it.
'cause that ain't
He
gonna-
better.
he'll be on
All right,
couch.
so let's go out to the texting line here. Go Bucs. Absolutely go Bucs. Great team win, says Ben Parrish. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ben again definitely showed up today as we're live on YouTube. Thanks a lot for tuning in. YouTube super chats are open if you like the content. Facebook stars again live from Ferg's. I'm your host Peter Blake, along with Best of the Bay Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy right there. Victory. And they did definitely show up today, especially that defense early and often. Also in that second half, making some things happen, even though they give up that touchdown there. They were impressive all day long. I mean, give me your thoughts about this defense, because we said it best in the pregame. You had to do your job today. They did their job. They got after it. Even with JTS going on in this game, guys stepped up. You saw Braswell a little bit, Yaya Diaby, Anthony Nelson. Vita Vea was just a load. Once again, picking up another sack today. Again, they set you set the bar at that point in the first half, and with the 3 sacks, and then at that point, it's all academic.
Yeah, and we talked about that defensive line depth in the pregame show. And we have not just kind of named dogs, still waiting for dogs to show up, but as an overall, as an ensemble cast, this defensive line and the pressure that this Todd Bowles defensive scheme brings, it's just so much fun to sit back and watch sometimes, and you forget there's success happening on the offensive side as well.
Once again, the injury bug did hit this team later on. Jordan Whitehead looked like he made a tackle on Tommy DeVito because it looked like DeVito was going to go in for a touchdown there. It was not a face mask. He got him by the shoulder pad, but then he looked like he came up a little bit banged up. It's a pec injury, didn't return to the game. So hopefully that's not something that is going to be long-term, because as we talked about, this team has not been able to be 100% healthy.
Yes.
And I'll give credit to where credit is due. You know, we talk about Baker Mayfield and his escape ability, but how many sacks did this Bucs team give up today on their line without Tristan Wirfs?
0?
Zero. That's
Zero.
it. Zero. A
Zero.
big donut.
Yes.
Zero. And listen, I don't care, because I know there's some Bucs fans out there rooting for this team to lose. I know there's some Bucs fans out there rooting for Todd Bowles to be fired. But this team's not going to give up. I get it. It's the New York Giants. They're not world beaters. But it's like the lady just said. It's any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday.
Trap.
And
We said trap. We just
trap.
put it. We didn't say it. We put it out there because that's what you would have called it.
Yep.
Had that been some type of trap, but it turned out it wasn't really a trap. It was just like the Sandspur, and it, I got that
Very
out of the
true.
door pretty quick.
All right, you true. Bigga, thank you very much for tuning in right there. Yes, sir. Bucs came to play. Great team win. Yeah. Let's go out to Tim. Excellent game it was.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Tim again. Giants don't look a very good team. They don't look like a very good team. In fact, you look at the numbers overall for the New York Football Giants.
Wait a
Tommy
minute.
DeVito, 21 for 29, 189. Drew Lock got into the game because DeVito took a kidney shot by Kalijah
Yes.
Cansey, who also showed up with a sack today. Tyron Tracy, 9 carries for 42 yards. DeVito was 7 for 32, and Singletary, of course, had the touchdown. Malik Neighbors, the future is bright for that team once they get a quarterback. 6 catches for 64 yards.
I remember
and Wandale Robinson, 5 catches for 47. Besides that, no sacks given up. I mean, there's a lot to love about this victory,
Yeah.
and there's not much to hate, not much to be negative about when it comes to this Bucs team right now.
No, and I was going to say just throwing a little life preserver out for Giants fans out
Yeah.
there, because just if you're watching it, I remember a team that I love plays football drafted a really great receiver in 2014, and then they built a team around him, and it worked out for us. I think Neighbors could be that dog. And I think that's probably why you see a Daniel Jones gone and off, and that's why you see the front office, whatever they got going on, is because they realize they have a guy in Neighbors, and now you got to build a team around him, and as well as some of them pretty good defensive pieces they got too.
All right, so Bucs win 30-7 to move to 5-6. We're live here at Ferg's. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter, along with Best of the Bay, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy. On the phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Bucs fans all over the place. Giants fans all over the place. Lions fans all over the place. Philadelphia Eagle fan right there walking down the sidewalk as we speak. I mean, a plethora, Leo word, of football fans here on a great Sunday, which is just a beautiful time here downtown St. Pete on the what?
Oh, Ferg's, you mean? The location
Yes,
for Ferg's? Well,
yes.
it's down here on Central Avenue, just below 16th Street, and it's in the Edge District of St. Petersburg.
Do your
That
job.
one sucked. Let me do
That's
it again
right.
later. Hey,
Do it.
but didn't they have one?
It's exciting.
Didn't they have one strip sack on Baker? Did the stats actually say?
I'm looking at it right now. They had. I didn't see that.
Do you see?
I
Is
didn't see it. I
there a
didn't-
sack in the stats?
I didn't see there was a sack at all. No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I caught a question.
No sacks. Let me
Why
look
did I
again.
remember that with the defensive lineman form got in there quick.
Well,
Robin,
listen,
or
I think. Oh, well, I'm sick now. But they did what they had. The one fumble lost. Let me see here.
But
No,
the fumble was on a hit.
Sacks.
The fumble.
No, the fumble was not. No,
I'm sorry.
no sacks for the game.
Yeah, no. Down here tonight. That's what you just talked about. As Bucs fan coming in.
All right, he's coming here. He's looking at. Come on around. Don't be shy, Mr. Mike Evans, right there. What's your name? Where are you from? You're on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television live here.
I'm
at
Kane. I'm
Ferg's.
from St. Pete.
All right. So, what did you
Kane,
think
all right.
about this big-time Bucs victory today? 30-7 over the New York Football Giants.
Go Bucks. I think the Giants are not it.
Not it. Are you? Do you have confidence with this Bucs team now with this victory going on a little run here in the second half?
I have confidence, but I say Giants just a bad team.
Okay, fair enough.
That's
You
a good
Gotta keep it
perspective. I
real.
mean, you
Gotta
got to
keep
do
it
something.
real.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you happy that Mike Evans is back?
Say it again.
Are you happy that Mike Evans is back?
100%. That's huge. I know Chris Godwin.
Okay.
That's still tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, brother.
Keep killing it.
Hey,
Appreciate
nice
you.
Appreciate you. The
St.
Sports Web
Petersburg.
on YouTube. The
Yes.
Sports Web on
We're at
YouTube.
Ferg.
Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Always closing.
Always
Yes.
be closing.
The Sports Web on YouTube.
Yes.
The Sports Web, yes. The
Yes.
Sports Web on YouTube.
This is how you get the YouTube follow.
Yes.
Numbers up.
Yes, and Peter H.
Gotta
Blake on
promote.
Facebook. Friend me, inbox me. I know there's a lot of Bucs fans right now. Crickets. I mean,
where's the phone?
Where's the phone
They're
call?
Everyone's celebrating.
Everybody was like, Todd Bowles is going to be fired. The sky is falling. Baker Mayfield's not a good quarterback. They got no running game. The defense is trash. And then they put out the effort today versus the Giants on the road, 30-7. Come on, man.
I mean, Chase McLaughlin with the one extra point, but you look at that
Missed.
entire game.
Right. And you give
What
him
is it with
a
Chase?
touchdown there.
I mean, before it was a new snap.
I'm not worried about it. I am definitely not worried about that. That's at least, I
I'm
mean,
not worried.
two total punts in the game, I think?
That's what I mean. Oh, wait, what's that?
Wow.
Oh,
Something
you're
is
kidding me.
going
The
on.
Commanders just got a
And-
last-second touchdown.
Yeah.
Dallas would have got the victory.
Terry
over
McLaren, Jaden Daniels. Let's go out to the phone lines.
your
as
MVP.
Commander fans. Hey, he's a great quarterback. What's your name?
Hey.
Where you calling from? You're on the Evolution.
Hey, what's up? This is George True calling in.
Hey, man. Did we just meet you? No. I work with you at Policy Scout. What's going on, boss?
Yes, sir. How you doing, man? That was a great Bucs win today. I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Give me your thoughts on this game, and is your confidence at a different level now that they beat the Giants 30-7?
Well, I'm confident in their ability as long as they play more mistake-free like they did today. They had a few mistakes they had to clean up in the second half. The first half was almost perfect except for that the second drive, I think, where they had to kick the field goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just have to just make sure they keep their foot on the gas in the second half of these games and not let teams get a chance to come back.
And
missed the field. They
we
missed the
got to
extra point.
update this bigger right now.
They missed the extra
The
point.
guy for the Commanders just missed the extra point.
Dallas does.
And Dallas is
Gonna
holding
win
on
this
and going to
game.
win this
Hey, thanks
game
for helping us, Dallas.
27-26. Once again, the idiot kicker, as the great Peyton
Well, the
Manning would
worst-
say, strikes again.
And here's the thing: they win it the moment they score a touchdown. Dan Quinn ran the sideline 1-1-1-1-1. He's not going to even get into whether it's a 1 or a 2. That should have
Do you go for the 2 at that point?
Ask the caller.
Let me ask you, caller. You get a a touchdown there. You're 1 point down. Do you go for the 2-point
at home.
conversion
You're
at
at
home
home.
against the Dallas Cowboys if you're the Commanders?
Yeah, I'll probably go for 2 if I was them.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Very fair answer. All right. So give me your Bucs thoughts today on this big-time victory on the road.
Well, I think that the Bucs basically that's a good win for them, a good start. They got to go on a run. They need to really win at least 6 of the next 7 games. But I still think that they're probably their only path to the playoffs is winning the division. And of course, they're going to need some help with that because they got to hope Atlanta collapses a little bit and let them catch up. They gave them a chance last week when they lost. They had a chance to beat the Chiefs when Atlanta lost that week as well, but we didn't do that. So we got to hope they lose a couple more games and we can run the table. We got an easy, the second. I think in the NFC is the weakest schedule of the next 7 or 6 weeks now. Yeah. But yeah, we gotta run the table and try to hope Atlanta loses because you still got teams out there like Minnesota, you got Seattle, you got Green Bay. There's only 3 wild card spots, so we can't really depend on the wild card. Even the Washington, even though they lost, they're still in it as well. So there's so many teams out there that are in better records than we have for wild card position. So we got to try to win the division.
Well, yeah, and
that's my take.
And it's a good take because again, you're 2 games down. But I don't think it's done with Atlanta. They lose to Denver last week. Kirk Cousins is still not 100%. This team is still
young.
Too,
really. I mean, they got some dogs,
right?
And Raheem's a dog, but they're young. They got to pay some dues.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for this Bucs team to come all the way back and the Falcons to choke. It's just
Dallas
in their nature.
Scored a touchdown. They just scored a
The other thing that's working in our favor is the fact that the Falcons have a stronger schedule, strength of schedule of other opponents going into the latter part of this season.
Correct. Good point. Good point, Bigger. What else?
Basically, like I was saying that I just hated that they ran the ball 7 times. They closed the game out. which because I had Baker and Mike on my fantasy team, they could have threw it a little bit more, But I understand they were trying to protect both of those players with a lead and everything, run the clock out. I understand it, but man, come on, at least throw the ball to Mike a couple more times,
Wait, now.
Plus, he's going for 1,000 yards still. We got to keep that in mind. You got to get that 11 straight 1,000-yard season.
Yeah, no,
he knows ball.
Yes.
Are you giving him fantasy football tips? Because he kind of sounds like maybe.
Well, we listen. We talk at work, but
Okay.
fantasy football,
Yes.
it, runs through all of our bloods here when you're a
Yes.
football fan. But also, you got to think about it from the standpoint of, I get it, it's your fantasy football team, but you're not gonna jeopardize that lead there. You're not gonna put Baker in some danger, which he took a shot there where we're kind of concerned about maybe concussion protocol. But Baker just does a great job of escaping the pocket. The offensive line did a tremendous job today. I understand you want to do that. Congratulate. Oh, well, I'm sorry. No, I shouldn't say that because they're Commander fans. Yeah, Commander fans.
Hey, Roy, Rookie of the Year.
Well, he is.
I mean, what do we think, caller? Is Jaden Daniels Rookie of the Year? Is Caleb Williams got it? I mean, it could go either way still, but who's in the lead for you?
Caleb actually had a good game today. I saw fantasy-wise. I didn't see the score of the game, but I saw people put up some fantasy points. I saw that.
But going back to you're a fantasy football guy, you're trying to get points, but in the real world of the National Football League, yes, you want to see Evans get it, but you don't want to see him get hurt. They got the game in hand. There's no reason to throw the ball.
Had a good day.
I understand. Yeah, and it was right after Baker took that shot. After that, they ran the ball 7 straight times, and even on third down, they didn't try to pass it, to get the first down and really put the game out of reach. But they can do that against the Giants, but other teams they're gonna have to sometimes take those chances. They can't just get too conservative at the end of the game.
Well,
because other teams are beating us by doing that.
If the game is in hand and your defense all day long was dominant, I don't have any problem with it. But I get where you're coming from when it comes to the fantasy football thing.
I'm going to throw this out there though.
Yes,
Kyle Trask could have came in and risked a biscuit down the sideline if he'd had to.
No,
because hey, Mike Evans, not only is it because he's had 10 1,000-yard seasons, he's done it with 72 quarterbacks.
Shut up!
Get out of here.
All right, Baker. Appreciate the call. Use that second call if you got anything on your mind. All right, welcome to the Evolution.
All right, thanks for the first time caller, but it won't be the last.
Hey, it better not be, my friend. It better not be. Always welcome. I always love new Bucs fans. Bucs fans are walking by. Football fans are walking by. Once again, what is this? This is the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, a TV show without a station, a radio show without a station. It's live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram Live. We're also
a clown show with no sponsors.
Well,
so
there you go. We need some.
Like
we love to have
right
some sponsors. Put
here.
a little moolah in there.
You see the phone number?
Yes.
Call us. Call our people.
727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's go out to the comments here. Getting some text messages from people.
Nice.
Guys, I'm kind of live here, so
like Victory Sunday night.
It is a Victory Sunday night. Victory Sunday night with me going home and making sure I walk Alexander around the block, or as he pulls me, "Go Bucs!" That's what I'm talking about right there. Bucs fans walking by. That guy thinks I'm crazy. He's probably right.
You are.
I am. So glad Mike is back. He brings us to another level. The offense was different today. I don't think it's been the problem, but it's definitely been helped. Mike Evans, 5 catches for 68 yards. We talked about that early, getting him involved. Once again, on the white touchdown there, he draws a pass interference. Clearly, the guy's turned all around the place, doesn't know where he's at. As we would say, Marine Corps boot camp, lost in the sauce.
Yes.
And then you get that ball at the 1-yard line there, a little ram pitch, if you will, Marshall Faulk for you. Instead, it's Rashad White to the end zone, and once again, it's 30-7.
I forgot that was Mike Martz and those Rams and Warner and Falk, and that was the one that would go right, dodge left.
Yes.
I always say run where they ain't, and that's the one thing the Buccaneers run game hadn't done in the last 20 years, and they are now.
Great point, and that was the other story of this game all day long. Bucky Irving, 12 carries for 87 yards. Rashad White, 12 carries for 37 yards. But as we talked about it, for me, Irving is the complete back. Receiving wise, 6 catches for 64 yards. And anytime you get him in space, he's an explosive player. He's really fun to watch. Right.
Space.
And the longest run of the season in that third quarter, 56 yards with Baker Mayfield being the dog that he is, down the field blocking.
And it wasn't just like, well, you saw a quarterback in a college game yesterday.
Right.
It missed it. It
Yes.
wasn't like a gratuitous down the field Sam Darnold. Baker was looking for somebody to hit.
Yes.
Because he probably remembered that earlier game with the ball getting knocked out of his hand. He's
Yep.
out there having some fun.
What a dog. Again, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Sam Darnold back in the
Vikings,
game now.
The Bears just tied it up.
They just tied it up. They were down in this game early, 24-10. They've come storming back. I know.
To Harry.
There's no apology. I just think Jaden at this point is most likely going to be the rookie of the year if Washington continues. But he's right.
Yes.
Caleb Williams finally has the pieces around him. That offensive line can protect him. The offensive coordinator can do enough to, get that young man opportunities to display his game with the reason why he was drafted #1 overall. Then yes, there's certainly a possibility.
In light of the fact that Jaden had to play the Bucs week 1, and we know what they did to him, but after that went on a tear. What Caleb Williams and the Bears, especially with a victory over his Vikings, if they can create havoc there in the NFC North, it helps us out here in the NFC South. And in between, if Frisco can get beat by the Packers and the Commanders lose to the Cowboys, at least we're looking good. It's going to be a victory Monday.
Oh, it'd be a victory Monday because everybody in the NFC at this point, you're hoping for that help. Again, you take care of your business, which is what the Bucs did today.
Yes.
And then everybody else, you fall into place. You just got to continue to win, continue to take care of business. But they're going to need some help there from those NFC teams. Going back to Irving, you like watching this kid?
Are you kidding me? He's every bit. We didn't make the comparison because we weren't tying him in, but people said initially like a Warwick Dunn because of the slash and dash and the speed he has and the versatility.
Yes.
But he's like Warwick Dunn, but he's also like Dave Meggett. He's got this pivot, pop, joint, jump 4 holes. Plus, he's also inside. And you said don't get him in space.
He's got the power too. He
That's
breaks
what it is.
tackles.
Yes.
And I think White's not really good at that. Okay.
Right,
He's not a great back when it comes to breaking tackles and stuff like that.
Which is why we don't know why the Bucs got too smart and ran White on the pitch or an end or outside and got stopped in the first quarter on that second drive.
I think what you're talking about is Sean Tucker giving the ball and you go with Vita Vea again and maybe it go to the well too much there.
They pitched it to they had White inside and they ran him. And you and I both said he's a better inside straight down the hill runner as opposed to a Bucky who would take the pitch and look for a hole to pop to. And they ran a pitch to him outside to the right and he got stopped. That's why I went for the field goal.
There you go. All right. Well, that field goal was Tucker with the fumble.
But that was earlier in the game.
But yes,
I saw what I saw.
I know what you did. Right?
It was
I know what you saw at this point. It is a victory. Yes, victory Monday. Love playing that. Only thing is they ran the ball 7 times to close out the game. I know they were running on the clock protecting Mayfield and Evans, but I had both of them on my fantasy football team. Pour it on, Liam Cohen. Hopefully your fantasy football team wins today. We do care about your fantasy football team here on the Evolution.
Mayfield had 294 yards. He rushed for a touchdown. He had rushing yards. I'm sure Mayfield had to be up to 20s.
Mayfield 24 for 30, 294. No touchdowns thrown, but he did have
35 yards rushing
that draw there, or had that run, not the draw, but a scramble where in at first you're like, oh no, did he get the ball over? Because a lot of Giants fans are cheering, no, he didn't get in. Referees ruled he did get in. The ball was over before he took the hit there and fumbled the ball. So he does get that, but he does so much, and it's great to watch him play because he's all about the game. He's all about giving the 100%. He's all out there. He's all about football. And anybody who says anything different, turn on the tape and watch this guy play quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's tremendous.
100%.
It really is. All right, great job, says Richard. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Ben. Bucky. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go out to yours, True Bigger. Plus, Evans is still trying to get his record-breaking 11th 1,000-yard season to start his career. Let's go out to Richard. No, it's the Giants, but they came to play. Yeah, I mean, and again, that's going to be talked about.
There was no quit.
Right.
I didn't see any quit.
No.
I saw some misfortunes they were having against this Buccaneers team, but
sure.
Yeah, no quit.
We've seen in years past where, this team has taken the other team lightly. And, Carolina right now, I guess Carolina is driving against the Chiefs. You have the Vikings that are having all kinds of difficulty. It's no freaking logic when it comes to the National Football League. So anybody saying, well, it's just the Giants and they're a bad team, okay, but you still got to go out there and play the game. How you doing? They're live here at Ferg's as people are watching again.
There's a great time to stop. We're clowns on the wire juggling. But here's the thing: how come everybody can put Bill Belichick in Jacksonville or Bill Belichick in Tampa Bay or Bill Belichick? What about if he wanted to go back home to New York after all the years as defensive coordinator with Bill Parcells, where he actually became a great
It's a great point,
coach.
But the thing is, and
you're not really looking good.
You're exactly right, and a lot of general managers and owners overall go with guys that are offensive minds, and that's why a lot of Bucs fans are worried about Liam Cohen, getting out of here.
Yeah.
If they keep Todd Bowles, because he's going to be. But just take care of your business. Don't worry about the coaching carousel. Yeah. The Bucs are 5-6. They have a great schedule in front of them. You got the Carolina Panthers in front of you next week, which is a winnable game. But again, they're not going to quit playing for Dave Canales.
No,
Canales is going to have something extra. So, and everything's going to have something extra.
And
so
Bryce
all the nonsense of, well, they just beat the Giants. I don't care. It's the National Football League, which means not for long if you don't play your game. On the phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Christopher Cole, Carolina, driving with the chance to tie. So we'll keep you abreast, of that situation. I said abreast, not breast. Where's the Bucs fans at? I have no idea.
Yeah,
Carolina tied the Chiefs. Let's go out to Cole here.
Can somebody
CSP
call
brother.
us that has this game on? Please, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, absolutely. And again, the phone lines are open. It's not Hall barely above average. It's Hall of Fame. Eli is not Hall of Fame quarterback. That's what Cole says. CSB brother right there. Connecticut School Broadcasting.
Yes.
You don't know. Yes.
Oh, Carolina did lose, but it was 20-20. It ended up being. Oh wait, no. Yeah, final.
All right. So Carolina survives. The Cowboys look like they survived on a missed extra point. We could talk about that. It looks like right now San Francisco,
overtime.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
And we've got overtime.
Overtime is what
with the Minnesota Vikings and Chicago
5 minutes
Bears,
left.
as the Bears once again have come back all the way from 24-10 on the arm of Caleb Williams. We're live here at Ferg's. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy. So the Bucs have to keep ahead of the Panthers and the Saints while hoping the Falcons collapse. Absolutely. Let's go out to Mark. The defense showed up today. Absolutely. That was the most impressive thing for me. Third down efficiency when it comes to the Giants, 5 for 11, 0 for 2 on fourth down, but the sacks allowed 4. We talked about that in the first half. They established that their identity there. They got after DeVito. They made him, uncomfortable in the pocket. They let him out a couple times there in the second half, but overall, nothing you can really hate about this defense today. And I thought Todd Bowles is very aggressive, especially when it comes to third down. Let's go out to the hill, Mark. Mr. Frankie from Wisconsin, welcome to the Evolution after your Tampa Bay Buccaneers pick up victory.
Victory!
There you go. Go ahead, my friend.
Woo! Can I get a victory?
Yes, you can. You can also get a woo.
Woo!
There you go, my friend. Your thoughts.
Now, I wanted to talk to you. I've been thinking about this all week. And I've been meaning to talk to you. And now that I got you on the phone, I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to talk to all the Buccaneer fans.
Talk to us. Come on.
Now, listen to me.
Yes.
The Buccaneers can and will still win the division. Now, hear me out, guys. The rest of our schedule is weak.
Okay.
The rest of our schedule is weak. The roughest game I see us having a trouble with is the Chargers.
Yes.
And possibly the Cowboys, because it's the Monday night game. But then you got to look at the Falcons' schedule. The Falcons' remaining schedule is rough.
Yeah.
Like, come on. They got a difficult schedule for the remainder of the season. We got it easy for the rest of the season. And if you look back to the Tom Brady Super Bowl, remember when we went to the bye week? I think we were 4-5.
7-5.
Yes.
7-5. You just had a good game with offensive momentum versus the Chiefs, losing 27-24. They beat the Vikings and went 8-0 in that second half of the season.
8-0.
So yes,
Just saying.
Yeah.
Go Bucs. We are going to jump. Baker
What'd you
is
say?
the best
You say
Baker
go
of his
Bucs.
career.
That's the best Baker.
Bucky is possible. I'm going to say this. Possible rookie of the year.
Wow.
Hey, I'm telling you,
It's
I've been
time.
on that you know me.
Yeah.
You know me, Peter.
Yeah.
I've been on that Bucky train for the longest time.
I know, man.
And I'm telling you.
I don't think honestly anybody's going to get off that Bucky train, especially with the way he ran today, with the way he's ran all year long. And he's multi-dimensional. He's multifaceted. Leo word coming out of the backfield with catching the ball, running with patience and vision, not putting the ball on the ground besides the Atlanta game, which is a shame because everything else with Irving has been tremendous.
Well, hands down, he's the best backer I think we have in the backfield.
Well, I'll give you guys a thought. I was going to say this. If not for Rachaad White, who's also a dog, but being in that starting position where I still think he kind of belongs because he earned it, then no, I think 100% Bucky Irving's you're probably your rookie of the year because he's probably almost doubling what he's got already in production.
All right, Frankie, anything else here, my friend?
I just want to say thank you for always doing everything you do, Peter. Go Bucs.
Yeah, man. Go Bucs.
I love my Bucs, even though I'm surrounded by all these freaking cheeseheads.
Hey, Packers.
We got you, my friend. We got you. Use that second call if you want to. The Hill mark there, Mr. Frankie from Wisconsin. We appreciate it. And I guess I don't know what's happening here. But
Packers got a touchdown.
Yeah, Packers got a touchdown there. Early touchdown. We're going to go out to our live fans here. You're a Bucs fan, sir. What's your name? Welcome to the Evolution. What now? Talking that, Mike?
Thank you, Michael Butler.
All right, Michael, thanks a lot for coming on here. Your thoughts of this big-time Bucs victory. Stand by, Ed. We'll go out to you in a moment because I know people want to call up. But what do you think about this victory today over the New York Giants, 30-7 to move to 5-6?
Giants wasn't ready.
They weren't ready for that Bucs second half, huh?
No,
they weren't ready for much at all. Yeah.
They don't have the players for it now.
Do you now have confidence in this team and Todd Bowles going forward?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you lose confidence? Are you one of those people? No. So you think Todd Bowles is still going to be the coach of this team?
Because he knows ball. Michael knows ball.
Okay.
I mean, why go away from it?
Right.
I mean, he's winning games.
Right. How long you been a Bucs fan for?
For a while. Since I want to say I played Little League football, we had a game on they field one year.
Okay.
Nice.
And ever since then, I want to say I was 8.
Wow.
What year?
Me too. 8 years old.
I know
your
Zach
favorite
was playing for him that
was your
year.
favorite player too, wasn't he?
Who was your favorite?
Who's your favorite player on the team?
Ward Dunn.
There you go.
Oh.
All right. So with mentioning Ward Dunn, you know the greatness of him and what he did here.
Yes.
Only being, by the way, 6 years, the first stint, then coming back. Of course, playing at Florida State, playing with the Atlanta Falcons. Ed, I'll get your call in a moment. Do you see a little bit of Bucky Irving or a lot of Ward Dunn and Bucky Irving when you see him run today?
He have the total package.
Yeah?
All 3 running backs.
Yes.
So what they doing, I see they seem like they're giving White some rest.
Yeah.
For playoff potential.
Correct.
So the 2 running backs they have after him.
Tucker and Irving, yeah.
Nice. He gave me a similar Ward Dunn back there.
All right.
I want to report, though, the Vikings did beat the Bears in overtime. We would have liked that game because that would have continued that narrative, helping the Bucs get wherever. But good game.
So once again, the Chicago Bears
lose overtime.
All right. So did you enjoy yourself today here live at Ferg's?
Yes.
I always enjoy myself at Ferg.
Yeah, you know they got, what is it, a 30-second celebration?
32nd anniversary, Wednesday night, the 27th. Yeah, this next Wednesday. So next day's Thanksgiving, so come down on
They only been here for 32 years?
32 years.
So, but he was the first. Yeah. Hot corner pizza.
And
this has been here
we'll
since
probably be here
one.
on away games, so you got to tell your Bucs friends. You got to like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. You got to friend me on Facebook
stars.
at Peter H. Blake.
Isn't there stars or something you can get?
Yeah, Facebook stars and YouTube Super Chats. They're all out there. So
pay that parking ticket.
You shut up and be quiet about a parking ticket. I'll pay it eventually. All right, my friend. I appreciate you, man.
Much. Go Bucs.
Yeah, go Bucs, and don't be a stranger here. Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock, and, of course, before and after Bucs games. All right, my friend? All right, man. Appreciate you, as always. Making friends here, especially Bucs fans. One of our great web heads who continues to call, but I love it. He's resilient, like this Tampa Bay Buccaneer team. Let's go out to Ed. Ed, welcome to the Evolution.
Hey, great game, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, my friend.
I mean, the Giants are terrible.
Yeah.
But, you play who you play. You don't have a choice in that scenario. But you know what? Maybe this will be a confidence builder that they can. I mean, the schedule's pretty easy. They got one game. The Chargers are the only team that I see them having trouble with.
Yeah.
Going down the rest of the season. So yeah, maybe they'll win out or go only lose one game, and Atlanta will fall off, and we'll get into the playoff.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a possibility where if you do what you're supposed to do, which is win the remaining games on your schedule, you're going to have an opportunity not only to win this division, because I still believe that Atlanta has some flaws to them and definitely could fall apart, and also the NFC teams in front of you at this point. So, and we'll go out to this lady in a moment here. Ed, what else did you see from this game today?
Well, also Atlanta had a history of falling off. So
yeah, that's it. 28-3. Who could forget it? I won't.
Yep. So it was a great game, and Mike Evans looked pretty good. Baker Mayfield is a madman out there. I just don't want him to get hurt. He scared me a couple of times. I mean, those people that University of Florida people that want to put Trask in there are just nuts.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that, Ed. Great call as always. Use that second call. Anything else, my friend?
No, that'll be it for now. You have a great day, my friend.
All right, victory.
Talk loud means so Melody, right?
Melody. Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television.
Melody Stang, and I am at Ferg's with the two best sports announcers in the world. OMG.
Well,
and all three of my teams won today.
Yes, tell them.
Bucs, Dallas Cowboys, where I was born, and I was raised in Kansas City. So I'm excited. How about you guys?
I'm absolutely excited. Your check is in the mail because that's how you come strong to the light here on the Evolution Live here from Ferg Sports Bar and Grill in downtown St. Pete.
These guys, they're amazing.
Thank
you.
We
love Ferg Sports Bar. We love. Oh, you guys are amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Love you.
The Sports Web
Melody.
on YouTube.
Hey,
Friend me on Facebook
Cowboys,
at PRH Blake. Okay.
All
right.
Yes, Chiefs.
All right.
Hey, the Carolina Panthers gave you a little bit of a scare.
A little bit of scare there.
Taking out a little bit. Nice to meet you, Melody.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so there you go.
Bye.
That's what you get
Good.
here.
How you doing, brother?
Live from Ferg's, live fans here, live excitement. Football teams winning, especially your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. The man already wants to use his second call. So let's go out to him from Wisconsin, the Hill Mark, Mr. Frankie. Go ahead.
Hey, I got to use the second call because, Peter, why is it that you just get the most beautiful people just coming up to you all the time?
I don't know, man. Maybe it's the show. Maybe it's the great content.
Well, first
it
of
could
all,
be the Rolex. I don't know.
First of all,
maybe it's you, man. Maybe it's just you.
Maybe it's
or maybe it's just Ray.
No, it's not Ray.
Maybe it's just Ray, just always looking so suave, man.
In my dress shirt.
And your dress shirt, by the
Frankie,
way.
say something. How you doing, brother?
How's Ray doing? He's always got to look suave, man.
Well, he does. He dressed up in a shirt and tie yesterday.
Oh gosh.
Well,
I gotta tell you this,
Frankie. I was expecting him to dress in a blue suit with a red carnation.
There's a joke.
Oh gosh.
Yes, but he didn't do that. So
There's
it was
a joke.
Disappointing. But I'm looking forward to him dressing like the Joker eventually.
Oh, you know it.
The Joker.
So I got.
Why so serious?
Why so serious?
Yes.
So I gotta tell you this, bro.
Hold on.
Why so serious?
Thank you. Thank you. I went dark there for a moment. Hey, did. Yes.
My best friend came over. Like I ain't seen him in like 2 months, right? And we were like, you know what? Let's exchange our big Christmas gifts early.
Okay.
And he's got a thing for Ben DiNucci. So I got him a Ben DiNucci Broncos jersey because he really thinks Ben DiNucci's hot. So I was like, okay.
Ben DiNucci, wasn't he a starting quarterback for the Giants? It seems like it's a revolving.
No, he was the starting quarterback for the Cowboys. Back in 2020, there was a huge meme about him back in 2020.
Okay.
And that's how I became a fan of the guy. And he's not that great. Like, he's an XFL guy.
He was a dog,
but
though. He was a dog.
Yeah, like, he was great in college. He's an XFL quarterback, you know what I mean?
Wasn't he at Syracuse, right? Danucci played
But
at
anyway,
Syracuse.
like, I started picking up cards of the guy because I collect football cards and wrestling
Where'd he
cards.
play?
And my guy was like, "Oh, he's hot." So, like, I picked up a jersey of him for him.
Hey.
But anyway, he got me a retro, the creamsicle orange retro John Lynch.
Okay.
That is so sweet. Yeah.
I'm like, well, he was like, dude, I know John Lynch is your favorite. And I'm like, hell yeah, he is. So, like, I'm literally going to rock that with my retro hot pink Dallas Mavericks hat and just be like totally retro.
All right, man. You rock that hat on a victory Sunday night and rock that hat on a victory Monday. Victory! There we go. I appreciate you, my friend.
Hey, wait, is he still there?
He's gone, man.
Because I heard, you'll remember this about Ben DiNucci. He started at Pittsburgh in 15 to 17, but then he spent his last 2 years at James Madison.
Oh.
And that's where they started doing that thing. Now you got James Madison in 2024, 2023. Getting in playoff talk. Shut up. Come on,
on the phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Carolina covered the 10 points. They did. Again,
I called. Hey, I said, make the bet.
Yeah, make the bet. Mark says, we had the toughest schedule in the first 11 games. Now they got the easiest schedule in the last 7.
But like Coach Galesh said yesterday, they weren't playing for the bowl game. They're playing for the next game. And that's the way this Buccaneers team, because if they even get to the point where they're thinking, we sucked in the first half, we're late finishers, and you start believing that and not proving it, that's when you get a trap game down the road. We don't need any traps.
Exactly. And you got to come in right away. And I think that's where they established they established the momentum right away with that first drive. I thought that was so big. They took the ball, they go down, they put it down their throat, take off 8 minutes of that drive there, 14 plays, 70 yards a drive there. So Mark absolutely correct about that.
Yeah.
Let's go out to Carl. Great win today. I think I need a Bucky jersey. Go Bucs.
Yes.
So go Bucs. Let's go! Go Bucs.
How about them Bucks, baby?
Go Bucs. All right, let's go out to Russ Vaughn. Was Vita Vea on both sides of the ball today? Yes, Russ. You were yes, go and say it.
Jumbo package.
Jumbo package, especially the first touchdown there. They did the second one. Didn't necessarily work out so well.
Now, wait. Once is cute. Refrigerator Perry used to do it on a regular basis. Once in a while is cute. Or if it's like your tush push or whatever. Okay, if that's your MO, then fine. But twice in the same game, I think that's the reason why New York blew it up, and that's the reason why you have the fumble.
Well, that's true. Great play by the linebacker. I believe the safety there knocked the ball out of Tucker, and Tucker won't see many carries. We talked about him seeing more carries at that point, but if you fumble the ball, put the ball on the ground. And again, the Bucs are able to dodge a bullet there with Baker Mayfield being the only one on the field that realizes jump on the ball. Hello. What are the New York Giants doing? Where are they at? Are they in the twilight zone at that point?
Yeah.
You know how bad they are because they have a great opportunity to get that ball, and they're not able to make that play.
1 yard line.
Yeah. I mean, it stops the Bucs from getting points.
Well, and I'm saying it's like, and Tucker, we've seen what that dog can do too.
Yes.
I mean, you're just making you're making obvious sense that you put, but that kid, I have not seen enough. The one fumble today, they'd have had it on their own 1 yard line. The way we were already trending, you don't want to play loose. But I mean, it was something that, they could have easily remedied it. Maybe even got a safety and got the ball back on a free kick. So.
Absolutely. Let's go out to Nick. It's a W. Always good. Next. Love it.
Ooh, yeah.
There you go. I haven't played that one in a while. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm playing all my sound effects today. Michael Hulk says, all right, a good needed win. Continue the job, Bucs. Mikey is back. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, we can't talk any more than what we talked about. We can talk about it all night long with Mike Evans returning that offense. And offense was different today. And it was nice to see the wide receivers get more involved because with Evans and, of course, Godwin in their absences, you haven't seen the wide receivers get involved. You've seen the tight end. You've seen the running backs out of the backfield. But to see more wide receiving play there, and that is a direct impact of Mike Evans. And if he's getting double teamed, then guys like Sterling Shepard, Jalen McMillan, we saw him pop off today a little bit, couple big-time catches for first downs. So that was encouraging to see, and that's what you're going to have to see from this wide receiving core going forward.
Yeah, and then now where's your next game? Where's your game next week?
Carolina.
So isn't the narrative now that Dave Canales, the OC guru that was there last year and got himself the job in Carolina, and now Mike Evans is going in there still trying to get that pace picked up to get that 11th 1,000? Although at this point, I think the Buccaneers answered today and continue to answer.
Yeah.
We want Mike to get the 11th. He's already in the ring. I think he's in the hall. He is in the hall. We're going to want to win these games. They're going to do what it takes. But I think going into Carolina, the narrative is, and if Mike does have a big day, will someone say maybe Canales let off the gas a little and let Mikey get his 11, get way down the road?
Listen.
I'm not saying it happens. I'm just
right.
saying,
I get that.
This is the NFL. This is,
This is the NFL. We'll see. We'll be back here next week, and hopefully we are, because I just love the atmosphere. I love all the football fans here. No matter if you're a Bucs fan or not, you're always welcome on the Evolution. I see a lot of Bucs fans. I see a lot of Evans jerseys here. I see a lot of Baker jerseys here. We got Tua. They won today over – is that Tua? No, that's Hill. Excuse me. That's Hill. But Tua did play well today as they beat the Patriots in convincing fashion. That's what I'm talking about. You see all these jerseys running around here. You got to love football Sunday.
Now daytime turns into nighttime. And here's the thing, Peter, I'd forgotten you. It's been a minute since we've done it twice now in a month, but we've been a minute since we're down here. They got the UFC fights. They got all the fights upstairs. Took you to the lounge upstairs with the golf simulators. And you got the 32nd anniversary next Wednesday night. Nobody throws a party like Ferg.
Do we like this shot, or do we want to show the web heads and the fans of the sports web something different?
Like Ferg's backyard.
Week.
That's actually the name, Ferg's backyard.
It's
what do you think when you walked out there? The Bucs fans were all packed out there.
Amazing.
Watching the big Jumbotron.
I want to get as many fans on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. That's what I love, people walking by. I think it's cool. But going out there.
Yeah. And then I wish you guys could see the people that are standing here right now and they're just staring at us.
Yep.
And, because they're like,
it's
they
funny.
Can't really hear us. Or one guy's holding his phone there so we can hear us. But you're like.
And people have come by and go, what is this? What TV station is this on? What radio station?
Tell the story, though. We're setting up here last game.
Yeah.
We're in a hurry because we were trying to get it right. We hadn't done it in a minute from
Sure.
Ferg. We've done many locations.
Yeah.
And some poor guy stops just trying to be nice. And he's like, hey, what are you guys filming? And I said, we're setting up for Catch a Predator. And he freaking ran.
Here comes the money.
That's the wrong one.
I wasn't trying to be rude. We didn't have time to talk. We got to go live. This is the evolution.
Shut up!
Okay. I still remember that. The guy ran.
Poor guy. He's like,
he
what?
He ran so far away down the street.
I ran so far away. I couldn't get home.
He was trying to run as far away from us as possible. I don't know what you say about that. I don't know if he didn't like the camera, whatever. Over phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727. It has been a long day, but it's been a fun day.
Packers are up 10. Packers are up 10-0. Again, Packers. We kind of want the Packers to lose too because the Lions have the NFC North, right?
Sure.
So far. But to get that NFC West, get the Niners and the Seahawks and the Cardinals, get them messing with each other. Everything's going to increase. It's going to keep and there's going to be I guarantee you this. If not the Bucs, there's going to be a team that gets in the playoffs on the very last week of the season, and there's going to be one right now we don't even see coming.
All right, so let's go out to Mr. J.C. Allen of Sports Illustrated. J.C., welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television, my friend. How you doing?
What's going on, fella? Just saw you were live. Figured I'd call in and say what's up.
Yeah, man. Yes. You're always welcome down here in downtown St. Pete. We got plenty of wings.
We got a mic holder.
Yes,
we got VIP treatment.
Well, you don't have to have a mic holder. I mean, you got to get a little screw for it. Just go ahead and hold it. We'll get him some headphones. He's been on here before. Your thoughts on this Bucs big time victory today? Which, look, years past, JC, they could have gone to New York or New Jersey. It could have been a trap game, but from the very get-go, this team established what they wanted to do, how they wanted to push it down the Giants' throats, and they did a great job. And defensively, they really got after DeVito today. Your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, first you got to look at the opponent. It's the Giants. They've had struggles all season, and made a quarterback change. So you got to temper your expectations. You can't get too high on this. But it's also, a really great win for the Bucs. The offense continues to chug along. Liam Cohen doing a hell of a job getting everybody into place. You got guys stepping up. Jarrett, Ryan Miller, Bane Durham,
Durham,
and multiple others kind of getting involved as well. And the running game, my keys to the cannon fire this week were get Mike involved, and having him opens up everything up for everyone else on the field. And they got him involved early and often. Run the ball, which they did with ease down their throats, and then also rattle Tommy DeVito, which they did, with 4 sacks on the day. And, I think when you look at what the Bucs needed to do is they needed to improve on defense the most. And I think you saw that improvement. And that gives you a clear, path forward with some confidence that, hey, okay, the defense turned it around. The offense is still doing what it was. We know who the opponent was. We have to kind of manage our expectations there. But it was a step in the right direction.
A good thing, JC, was the Buccaneers defense. They were able to go from 32nd in the league against the pass to number 4 today with the performance they put on against these Giants. But talk about that again. You said with the defense and they needed to show up. What about the defense today? At what level surprised you the most? At all 3 levels? What 3 things surprised you? Or did the linebacker crew underwhelm a little bit? Or what did you see?
No, I think they did a great job. I think, obviously I think Jordan Whitehead hasn't had a great couple games, and he obviously goes out, and they have Mike Edwards, thankfully, and he comes in and he steps up, and Christian Izzian. And but I think the interior pass rush is just coming alive right now. We saw Kalijah Kancey was a terror in the backfield. Vita Vea lining up his fullback too. Got back there, and it opens up things for everybody else. Anthony Nelson getting back there. Yaya had consistent pressure all day. Then they get Antoine Winfield on there in a blitz. They dialed up quite a few blitzes against Tom DeVito all day, knowing that he'd struggle with them. And the linebackers did well within their assignments, and the cornerbacks did well too. Both of them dealing with hamstring injuries coming off of out of the bye week, both dealing with that. I thought it was a well played game, well executed game, and it definitely certainly a good game plan by Todd Bowles.
Yeah,
those fired Todd Bowles chants are quiet this week.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You'll hear crickets when it comes to trying to fire Todd Bowles, and that's how a lot of this Bucs fan base has been. When the Bucs win, quiet. When the Bucs lose, rumors of Bill Belichick, fire Bowles, fire Bowles. I thought the great thing was Bucky Irving, to me, has established himself as the number 1 running back on this team. Do you agree?
I don't think there is a number 1 running back. I think, you look at towards the end of the game, who was it? It was Rachaad White closing the game out. Bucky certainly brings a lot to the table, but I still think that they're going to use those 2 in a tandem and a rotation. Now, Bucky obviously is special in the ability to make defenders miss and pick up chunk yards, and that's going to show up in the box every week. But I think White still brings a valuable role to this team as well. And you'll see, White started off the game. They gave it to Bucky. They got Sean involved. All 3 running backs touched the ball on that first drive. And they're going to continue to get both of those guys involved and sprinkle Tucker in here and there. But this is a Bucs offense that doesn't need a number 1 running back and doesn't have a number 1 running back. They're going to have both of these guys in important critical situations in the game, both running the ball. However, you have to note that, so far, Bucky's been special. It continues to be special. And you just have to wonder if he can hold up as a lead dog back. But I don't think they want to risk that. So you'll see both of these guys continue to go forward.
JC, it's a great problem to have, right? Great running backs. But let's talk about what the dogs up front are doing, that offensive line. You got Skoll in there coming over from right tackle over to left tackle to fill in his first start at left tackle for the Tristan Wirfs, who's trending in the right direction. Do the Buccaneers have just incredible depth at the offensive line, or at least better than a lot of the teams we're playing against that you see? Or are there other teams that are built like this as well, or the Bucs is the only one?
No, I think they have got, that next man up mentality is ingrained into this team. And, School coming in, he does much better at left tackle than he does at right tackle, that's for sure. But I think, the entire offensive line, they've got tremendous push in the run game, didn't allow a single sack, only a few pressures on the day as well. They have been playing lights out the last couple of weeks. Cody Malk has really took a giant step forward, had an incredible block on a few plays there today. Bredesen, he did have a false start, but came back and sprung, Bucky Irvin's big 32-yard catch and run. So I think, all of them have been playing extremely well. Luke Gedicke's probably a top 5 right tackle in the league right now. If not top 30, he's playing just tremendous. And they'll get Tristan back next week likely and further solidify this offensive line. And I think they're playing better than, as good as anyone in the league right now as a unit.
Yeah, no, we're on with J.C. Allen of Sports Illustrated. It's the Sports Web Live here from Ferg's. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter, along with Best of the Bays, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy. You talk about that defense. I mean, how good was it to see Jamel Dean in that secondary today? I thought Todd Bowles was aggressive at certain points in the game, especially on third down, coming with the blitz. You talk about the sacks there. Absolutely. Let's get it.
Let's go Bucs,
right
man.
there. Absolutely go Bucs. Yeah, definitely, man. On the Sports Web here live. Talk about that secondary and the addition of not only Dean coming back, but also Edwards. And did you see some wrinkles today? Because we saw Winfield Jr. in the box, Edwards. They were playing some dime. Talk about that a little bit. Expound on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there are some plays where you looked at Zion had a little bit of struggles with just kind of moving, especially laterally. But at the end of the day, they did what they were supposed to do. They limited the passing game. At halftime, they had 10 yards passing. Ended up, I think, with like 186 or 176 or something like that. But that wasn't indicative of how the game went at all. The Bucs kind of did what they wanted to do, and Bowles had great calls to dial up different type of coverage schemes, and they're missing Tyke Smith as well, but getting guys like Mike Edwards involved in dime packages and getting Christian Izzy involved as well. So, I think the secondary has had some issues over the past couple of weeks, but I think it was a bounce back performance this week. They don't have really any, tremendous quarterbacks coming up until Justin Herbert down the line. So we'll see how they do against him in 3 weeks now. But that being said, they have to show consistency. It's something they haven't done over the last couple of games.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think the offense has not been the problem. And, of course, we talked about the rumors there, and I think they're going to be silenced. But what do you make of it? I know you're close to that situation in New England with Bill Belichick. Where do you see him going? Tampa Bay has been linked. Jacksonville has been linked. Cowboys possibly, even the Giants. I mean, do you have any intel on where Belichick could end up in 2025?
I don't have any intel, but Cowboys and the Giants make a lot of sense. Obviously he's won 2 championships. The Giants flirted, a little bit with that Cowboys job if they're going to move on from McCarthy. And, by all intents and purposes, if they continue to play the way they are, the Cowboys are going to win today, but certainly not where they'd like to be. There's a possibility that, they move on from McCarthy, and that could be a situation. It's a big name, and Jerry Jones likes to make, big name splashes here and there. So the Giants make a lot of sense too. Bringing in a defensive guy, and maybe
it's the New York market too, right, JC? It's the New York market. You bring Belichick back and start running old tape from the 80s when they, except for the, left. How they won a Super Bowl against those Bills, wide left. Who was that, the kicker? Anyway,
Scott Norwood.
Scott Norwood,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Lockdown. But yeah, I mean, he would automatically sell. And at the end of the day, if people are still hungry for that Bill Belichick experiment, and you're going to be able to finally answer, was it the quarterback, was it the coach? I mean, New York just makes sense because DeMar gets at least a 3-year grace period off the bat.
The problem for me, though, is, and you know this all too well, JC, is that, right now, GMs, owners are hiring the offensive-minded coaches. That's why a lot of Bucs fans believe that Liam Cohen is going to be a hot commodity. And once again, that offense has showed up in the last couple of weeks, even without Evans and Godwin, and now you have Evans back. So I think there's more of a propensity, Leo Word, yes, of going with an offensive-minded coach over Belichick, who the last couple of years without Brady hasn't been able to develop a quarterback, hasn't been able to
Josh
draft.
McDaniel comes in with him in New York, and they're going to make they're going to bring
Who's your quarterback?
Daniel Jones is going to come back.
Oh God!
I'm sorry,
Get out.
No, they'll have to address that obviously in this offseason. They're shaping up to have a pretty high pick, and potentially, one of their choices of the top quarterbacks available. If only Joe Shane listened to his son and made a blockbuster move up for Jaden Daniels, huh? But I do agree with you. The hot thing right now is offensive coaches, especially because if you get one that can make an offense run, regardless of the personnel and everything like that, or show that they can bring guys back from relevant, from pretty much irrelevancy, like a guy like Dave Canales did, then you don't hold on to them very long. It's rare instances where you have a guy like Bobby Slowick or Ben Johnson that choose to stick around.
Yeah.
And, both of those guys too. The only reason they're sticking around is because there's some high expectations. So for both of those teams, and they kind of want to see it through. But I expect Bob Slope to get some looks. I expect him to probably take a job this year. Ben Johnson, we'll see what he ends up doing if he moves on. And now, Liam Cohen, they were gushing about him again on the broadcast. They continue to do it week in and week out. His numbers, proven for himself. His play calling proven for himself. What he was able to do without Mike and Chris. Also, he's got a pretty good resume this season, and he could definitely get some looks well. The Bucs have a big decision to make. Sometimes these coaches, you can make them the highest paid OCs or DCs. They choose to stick around, and it looks like that might be something that they have to do with Liam Cohen if he starts getting looks at head coach.
Good stuff, JC. Final thoughts on this Bucs big-time victory to move to 5-6 over the New York Giants, 30-7. What are you looking forward to seeing next week against the Carolina Panthers?
Yeah, great win. Hold on to it for the rest of the day and then let it go because it's truly a one-game week season. You've got to win these games.
The Lions are really good.
Stretch.
Dan Campbell, just
hold on a sec,
Lions.
JC. Okay, hold on a sec, JC. What's your name?
My name is Becca.
Okay, you guys are big-time Lion fans here.
Yes, we are.
Fergs, yeah? So you excited about it?
Yes, we're really excited.
Okay. All right. You like Fergs today? Did you have a good time?
We had a good time.
All right.
So,
we're
bear
crushing the
down.
Colts. We're ready for the
My
playoffs.
husband is
Okay.
a Bears fan.
Okay. Well, we'll be here live next
A
week.
Bears
All right,
fan.
we'll
My
be here.
All right.
husband's a
Sounds
Bears
good.
fan.
Go Lions.
Like
I'm
and
from
subscribe.
Michigan, so
All right, Detroit, let's go, baby.
All right, do me a favor.
bear down.
Like and
bitches.
subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube and friend me on Facebook at Peter
We
H.
will.
Blake, okay?
Go Lions, baby.
All right.
They didn't win.
Appreciate you.
All right,
Appreciate
Detroit
you,
Rock
ladies.
City.
Because
They-
the Bears never win, but I just
I'm telling you,
You know
all
what?
kinds.
I support the Bears because
Hold on, JC. Yes, you support the Bears. Yeah, go ahead.
Her
You
husband's
support
a
the
Bears
Bears.
fan.
Where's the camera?
It's right
The
there.
camera's right there. You're
Okay.
looking at it.
I support the Bears.
Okay.
Because my husband's a Bears fan.
Okay.
Ditka.
Happy wife, happy life, right?
Yes.
And I don't know sports.
You don't know sports.
No.
Well, he's got to do
My
a better
family's
job of that.
No,
All right.
There you go. Hey, come back. Wait, go to Fergs. You'll see yourselves to be on the show.
No.
Go Lions.
What's the show called?
There
The
you go.
Sports
Please tell
Web,
them.
right there. The Sports Web.
Okay, so I watch Barstool a lot.
Okay.
How about
So we
Sports
love-
Illustrated?
Lions are superior.
Do you guys like Sports Illustrated?
Yeah, I love the girls on Sports
This is
Illustrated.
JC Allen from Sports Illustrated on the phone with us.
We don't know you, but we're nurses, so
Yes.
That's okay. Well, thank you for that.
So
Okay.
She's getting famous. JC, do you have a question? Oh, here. JC can ask a question. Here. Put these on.
No.
Okay. She can hear me.
Let's just go off.
Okay. Hold on, JC. Hold on. All right. Go ahead. You have a question for JC? Okay. You guys don't have any questions. All right. Yes, we're live here from Ferg
Sounds
on
so
the Sports Web. I'm
Wait,
your
him
host,
or the
Peter
guy on the
Blake,
phone?
along with Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy with the ladies here. Bears fan and a Lions fan out here. What do you enjoy about Ferg's the most?
About the atmosphere.
Yeah?
man. Yeah, it's so fun. There's so many different sports teams out here represented. Everyone's out here representing their fans, and they're just going for it.
Yeah.
They just love watching their
It's
teams
so great.
go at it. And you know what? Lions are superior, but everyone's got to show up. And
Well, you listen now. You do know who beat the Bucs early
okay,
on
Bucs
there.
beat the Lions, but let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the Lions beating everyone by 30 points. Let's not talk about that.
All right. Thanks a lot for coming on the Evolution. All right.
okay,
We'll see you next
the
week.
thing that I like about the Fergs
Okay. What do you like about Ferg's? Hold on,
is
JC.
for girls.
Okay. All right, JC. I think on that note, my friend, we're going to let you go. We appreciate the time here.
Yes.
All right, my friend, we'll let you go there. Yes. Okay. So what did you want to say here on the Sports Web?
So I'm not into sports, but my
You're not?
husband-
Well, why aren't you into sports? I can tell you why you're not into sports because
Yeah.
you're-
Tell me.
your guy here, your significant other, hasn't done a good enough job to teach you about football.
No.
No?
No, do not diss.
Oh no, I'm not dissing.
Don't you ever diss the husband.
Okay.
Kelly. Okay.
So I've never been interested in football or
Okay.
ever.
Okay.
But I do love. My husband is very, obviously into
Okay.
sports.
Good.
So I support that.
Okay.
Am I into it? No.
Okay.
Do I understand? No.
No. Well, we'll get you to understand. You keep on watching the Sports Web, and we'll teach you about
What's
football.
Sports Web? I've never seen you guys before.
Well, I got to tell you, you should, because I'm the Rolex reporter. I actually got a Rolex from Jake Paul for asking a question.
What does that even mean?
Well, it means that Jake
a
Paul.
Rolex is literally nothing.
Okay.
What
Well,
does that even mean?
it means that
Is
Jake.
that like
Jake.
is a Rolex your? Is that?
Yes.
give you
Yes, it's my name. Yeah.
Rolex.
Yeah, the Rolex reporter. Yes.
Oh.
All right. No,
His
he's
name
not.
is Rolex
But we're going to
reporter.
come back here. We appreciate the time with us here. Come back next week. We'll see you on Ferg's, okay? At Ferg's. All right.
I won't be here.
Okay. All right. Well, we got this here, guys. Come on, let's go ahead. Thank you very much for coming on. We appreciate you as always. All right. We'll see you next time here on the Sports Web. Just like and subscribe, all right? Come on. All right, so let's go out to the comments here. Let's see. Okay. Are you're staying on? Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead. We got to do a post game show about the Bucs. So we're gonna take phone calls. Plenty of viewers. We got to listen. We got to run. So we got to.
So nice to meet you.
We
again.
appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you.
So nice to
Appreciate you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Go
keep
Bears.
on turning on. Yes. Go Bears.
Go Bears.
All right. Thank you.
you.
Appreciate it.
Wait, that's Detroit blue on those nails.
I know.
You said you were rooting for the Bears because of your husband. Then why are your nails Detroit blue? I'm calling you out.
Okay.
I see this.
All right, open phone lines.
Okay.
Curtis, I saw that you wanted to call up, so call up on the phone lines. Call up if you're a Bucs fan here. You want to talk about the Bucs moving to 5-6. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391.
Good day. Thank you.
All right.
A nurse.
Okay. Well, all right. Come on. Let's go ahead and go out to the comments here. We'll read these comments. The Bears may be trying to get into a wild card position themselves. We got to win the division, but they lose to the Minnesota Vikings today. She was asking how many viewers we get. She watches Barstool. She doesn't watch the Sports Web.
I thought she was.
And
gonna
I
go
always
Hawk
tell,
Tui. I
and
thought
then she didn't. And then she's like,
was
I don't know
cool.
who Jake Paul is. I don't know what a role.
She was sweet. That whole group was sweet. The Lions fans, Bears fans, they're all having. No, but I was talking.
That's
I wanted
sweet.
to ask JC. I wanted him to get more into detail on that offensive line depth. 'Cause that's
I wanted JC to stay on the line. I feel bad, JC. Thanks a lot
So
for coming on
sorry.
the evolution.
We're
But that's what
honored.
happens. You got to be careful though sometimes of what you say.
What did
Because
I say?
I didn't mean to take a shot at her, but I just feel like when women come up to me and say, I don't know that much about football, that's
Yeah.
not on them. That's on their significant other not doing a good job to teach them.
Yeah, well, that's a good
That's all.
point.
That's not a
Yeah.
shot at your husband. I'm just saying.
that was a shot at her husband.
Okay, well, so be it. Maybe a little truth is what everybody needs here on the evolution. Sorry.
That's the evolution.
727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Everybody's so testy, feisty.
Did it really get that? Oh, she got a little feisty.
Yeah. All right. So JC Allen is no longer on the phone.
Sorry,
Let's
JC.
get back to normal programming at this. Whitehead injury is big. Could be. Christopher Cole, almost the exact score I predicted, 34-7. Yours true, Bigga. Tyron Tracy Jr. The Giants leads all rookie running backs with 587. Bucky is right behind him with 579 yards and gaining. He didn't really show out today. That was another good thing by this Bucs team. 9 carries for 42 yards, had somewhat of a long run, not a big-time run. Besides that, nothing. So the running defense today, that run defense did a great job of
Pass
doing their
defense,
job. Yeah.
Run defense.
Yeah.
And again, it happened at all three levels.
Yep.
I mean, like I wasn't putting the linebackers down earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what are you explaining?
Oh no! You're exactly right. It's Peter's magnetic personality, Frankie.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but you know,
tell him where
I get people like that. I get a little bit worried. I thought she was gonna swing on me or something. I don't know.
I had you.
Bucs win Super Bowl, says Bill Guy. Okay,
Yes.
I like the optimism.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Vitavea channeling his inner fridge. I know you love that. A lot of people would say, why do you put him out there? Because there could be a risk of injury.
No.
But I say, run with it. You're being aggressive at that point. Maybe that second time went to the well a little bit too much.
He was a running back when he played Pee Wee football, Little League football.
Was he like a tight end?
No, I thought he was a
running back. I thought he was a tight end in high school.
Check the stat sheets as the Greeks.
Well, he got after it too today. All right,
Yeah,
Tucker didn't get many carries after the fumble. You're not going to get many carries,
and that's the
after
kind of
that
team
fumble.
you have. Everybody, you're not. It's not a punishment. You got enough depth though that if you put it on the carpet, in this case, really it was the carpet there at MetLife Stadium today. Then your number comes back up. Maybe you're out of the rotation except for every 7th or 8th time through. You know, that's the way it should be. That's the way.
Bill says, "What did you expect? The Giants are absolute garbage again, though." And I throw this out there, like people are saying, "Yeah, the Giants are absolute garbage. What did you expect?" Well, if the Bucs lose, you're the guy that goes, fire Todd Bowles. The Bucs underplayed them. Stop with the nonsense. Let me go out to this guy right here. Don't piss me off. Harry the Greek, welcome to the Evolution.
Wind him up, Harry.
What's happening? I just came on. What do you mean piss you off? What's wrong, Peter?
Well, we'll just say watch the replay of watch the replay of the broadcast. We'll just leave it at that. But I just hear a lot of fans, and it really doesn't matter what this Bucs team does or what Todd Bowles does. They have something in this fight. They have a bone to pick. This guy, I appreciate you coming on. He says, what did you expect? The Giants are garbage. Yeah, but you even said it best that, any team at that point, especially when it comes to any given Sunday, can lose. The Bucs didn't fall into this trap. In fact, they established an identity the first drive there, and the momentum from that point carried on.
Peter, great point. And you know what I want to do is I want to bring up a little solid point. Earlier in the pregame show, I had mentioned that the Giants would probably keep it close in the beginning because they're at home. Right. Now I want to go back 5 or 6 weeks ago, and Ray's going to shake his head because I can't see him. He's going to shake his head up and down. When they were playing the Denver Broncos and they were supposed to beat this team handily. You remember that, correct, Ray?
Yes, I do, Harry the Greek. Yes,
okay.
I do.
Now, this is what I'm talking about because, Peter, after that game, what did I say? You have to take lesser teams and stick your foot on their throat and don't let go.
Right.
That is exactly what the Buccaneers did. And you're right. The caller is somewhat right. What did you expect? The Giants are horrible. But here's the reality. You cannot play a different team. You can only play the ones that are on your damn schedule.
Thank you.
And the last time that I checked, it develops momentum.
Thank you. Again, Harry the Greek, the voice of reason. Thank God for that. Seriously. Worth it out. Victory! All right. Harry, what else did you see from this game today? And give me a synopsis of what happened in that Bears game as the Bears were down 24 to 10 to the Vikings. Yeah.
First off, I want to finish up with Tampa Bay. I mean, what a game. I just actually finished the Tampa Bay game because I was recording. I was kind of bouncing back and forth.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, Baker's Baker. Mike Evans had a decent game. The running game looked good. It was just an all-around really good game effort. This is what developed momentum going into your next game. And Peter, like I said, this is their division, even though they're still trailing in the division. But I already said this. You've got the easiest schedule going from here to the end of the year. There is no reason why they can't do it. And a lot of people seem to forget this team has a lot of championship, mojo within it. It wasn't too far removed from being in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Okay. And that's let me tell you something. Come playoff time, if they make it, which they should, and they should win a division.
Playoffs.
That's something to take into consideration. I mean, I'm just going to put it out there.
Well, no,
now, as far as the Bears game is concerned,
right?
You know what? We got a better draft pick, and it's another bonehead move by Matt Eberflus. You're down by 14. You score a touchdown, and you go for 2 points for absolutely no reason. earlier in the game, right? Earlier in the game, they have a field goal block. So if they didn't go for the 2-point conversion on that one touchdown and just merely kick the extra point, Chicago wins the game. Thank God for Eberflus. We're going to get the dream left tackle we've always wanted in Chicago. But I'll tell you what, that young man up there, Peter, I saved the game for you to watch it, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. He will be the rookie of the year. That kid's special.
Game?
Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams for the Chicago Bears.
Yes. Tells me Caleb made his argument for rookie of the year today, even though Jaden Daniels had a pretty good game. Those Dallas Cowboys actually beat the Commanders pretty handily.
14-point favorites were the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat it. 14-point favorites.
Yes.
Thank you, Hard Rock.
Well, there you go. And again, it's no freaking logic like we talk about on this show. Any team can beat any team. Even the Carolina Panthers were able to cover today. How surprised were you by that result? Once again, Kansas City surviving.
I gave that out on Wednesday night. I said Carolina's probably going to cover. I said Dallas was going to cover. I said Chicago was going to cover. It's just I'm a perfect 7-0 this week.
I said,
wow, nice.
Yes, nice.
Yeah.
Because I got to tell you, Harry, I got bad news.
What's that, buddy?
I tipped Brittany, who's, by the way, Brittany, the bartender, runs the big bar here at Ferg's.
Yeah.
She's the best server here. I gave her a 17-item list of things we were eating. Long story short, I tipped her extra. So Peter came out large today. So I got 10 Ferg's bucks toward those wings, but he's gonna have to kick the extra in to get those wings for you and Jamie.
I got it.
All I know is one of you guys better be bringing me some wings home, baby.
Well, he's gonna probably be the one that's bringing wings home to you. I'm gonna be going back.
Oh, will you stop crying like a little girl?
You know what?
Stop.
You know what?
I live in
gonna
Tampa
come
now.
Well,
the new stadium.
No, listen. I'm going to come over tonight. We're going to hang out. We're going to watch some football together. I'm going to make sure Alexander's taken care of, so the roommates out there can maybe take him out.
There you go.
We're going to have some guys' time once again. So maybe I'll do that. I'll take your challenge, my friend Greek.
Wow.
I will come out there and hang out with you.
Alexander better be taken care of.
He will be.
You know what? It'll be great. You know, I want to have one little libation this evening. What a great game. I really enjoyed the Chicago game as well because even though they didn't win, you could just see the development with this young quarterback. They look like a completely different football team with this offensive coordinator. And the Lord can only – I'm telling you, that offensive coordinator is something special up there. But let's be real, man. I love what's going on in Tampa Bay. Callers, fans, listeners, webheads, Greekites, pay attention when I say this. You can only play who's on your schedule. That's it.
Yes.
All you got to do is get to the big dance and then get healthy. Once you're healthy and you get there, brother, let Baker start baking. Let the defense start playing better. And who knows?
Well,
anything can happen.
Maybe you can join us next week. I think we'll be out here next week getting you ready for Bucs versus the
If she's
Carolina.
here, we won't be. Peter, Harry, there was a young lady here. And she was in Peter. She was over here, and then she was a little aggressive.
A little bit,
but she was sweet. She was a nurse.
Yeah.
So that's what he was talking about.
She didn't have a lot of bedside manner, that's for sure.
Oh,
ouch! I'm sorry. I tell the truth on this show, guys. What do you mean I do? You know what? You got this right here. How about that?
Shut
up. How about this?
Remember, Pete.
Yes.
Remember something. The webheads that are out there and the fans and the listeners are like customers. They're always right.
Yes.
Until they met you.
Very good, my friend. Very good. On that note, Harry the Greek will get you out of here. Appreciate you. We'll see you soon. And thanks a lot for coming on the Evolution. All right.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Ray, Peter, way to lock it down, guys. Let me tell you something. It's the best in Tampa Bay. If you haven't heard about it, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are sharing this show. Like it on YouTube and make sure you tell a friend. Because if you don't, we're not going to be on next year. I'm only kidding. See you guys later.
All right, we will always be on the Evolution. I know he was joking about that. Open phone lines. I saw you, Mr. Williams, if you want to call in. We're not avoiding your phone. Mr. Williams, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. You want me to call him back? Let me call back Mr. Williams.
That's how
we'll
you
call
handle
back. Let's go ahead and call back Mr. Williams. The lady over here is looking. Yes, we are live.
Please leave your message for
Oh,
8.
He's calling right
Well, I
now.
got the answer machine.
He's calling right now.
Yeah, I
Give me a
got the
second.
answer machine here. We're live at Ferg's on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Best of the Bay, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy here in downtown St. Pete. A beautiful day, and of course, Bucs win 30-7 to move to 5-6. We'll continue to read
I'm
some
up
of
so I
the.
can defend you. See?
Just sit down.
No, I got to get up. My back is bad.
Oh, your back is bad?
Yeah, I'm also I'm your body guy.
All
Just,
right.
Alfonso.
You're also old.
Alfonso, I am old.
All right, so let's see here. Bucky for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Yours true, Bigga. Whitehead's injury, big, but at least we have Mike Edwards back. Absolutely. Again, we saw him go out of this game. Looked like a pec injury. Was holding it pretty bad.
He
So
grabbed the guy. Not much. He's wearing gloves.
DeVito, yeah.
He's wearing gloves. And he goes by, and I think the gloves catch the number a little bit. You know, just like I went to Jay Retcher, name drop. We were up in the press box. He's wearing his USF, working over USF now.
Yes.
He's in Tampa Bay. Lucky to get
Congratulations,
that guy.
by the way.
Congratulations,
Tim
for Jay Retcher.
former CSB brother.
There you go.
Yes.
And I went to grab him, and all I did was go give him a fist, but he got a beautiful USF logo right there, and it grabbed it, and it almost like pulled his arm a little. And that's exactly what happened to Whitehead against Danucci. His hand caught it, and that'll cause a PEX flex.
Yeah.
PEX flex. You
Okay.
like that?
Yeah, I don't know where you
I
just
did the entire thing to set up.
This guy sucks.
I do suck.
Russ, Bucks returning to greatness. We'll see. Everyone watching, give Peter and Ray a like. This is a very entertaining, interactive podcast. It is, but we say on this show, it's not a podcast because podcasts are recorded. This is a live evolution of sports talk television. It's a cross between a TV and radio show without the TV station, without the radio station, with text messages and phone calls. And you just never know who's going to come on camera. Drunk women, drunk men.
I saw you had a booty call text, though, in there earlier. I saw that. Okay,
Russ,
I should be drinking.
Shut up and be quiet.
Shut up!
Godwin comes back. Bucks definitely in the playoffs. We'll see. I think it remains to be seen at this point. A horrific injury, but the talk is that he's trying to work his way back. And who could rule out Godwin? And could you imagine? And again, this is what it comes down to. Again, it's one game. But that one game snowballs. You start to put a winning streak together, and then you become the most dangerous team in the playoffs. And then you get back the weapon that is Chris Godwin. And maybe he's not fully 100%. I think of Terrell Owens when he messed up his ankle and he comes back for the Super Bowl and has that performance with screws in his ankle.
Yes.
Anything is possible. You just got to get in, and it starts with that victory today over the Giants. And
Yes.
overall, it goes to this schedule. What can they do coming out of this?
And also the way Jason Light works his contract, the job the Buccaneers front office does in working that, and John Spytek, and who else is involved in that cap, all that management. But the fact of the matter is that you do see them keeping a way to get Godwin here, even with the extension that Mike Evans just got last off here.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they realize you got a Trey Palmer, you got a Miller, you got these receivers, you got a Durham doing good. But I think it rubs off because of the fact that they're practicing from day one with Mike Evans, with a Chris Godwin. And I think that's why Jason Light will think seriously about Chris Godwin being a Buccaneer in 2025.
Well, and I think it's certainly a case and maybe a blessing in disguise because the kind of season that Godwin was having, you're going to pay him. You're going to have to pay him anyway, but maybe not as much, if you will. A get-right game, absolutely bigger. Old Bulls got out of the toilets this week. Christopher Cole should have gave Vita a touchdown catch, says Christopher Cole. Good comment there. I like that.
Yeah.
Russ Lawson says, I kept throwing Buck's name out there on your show, Peter, prior to the draft. Thanks for mentioning him as much as you did. And he is a blessing. You're absolutely right, Russ. And you also mentioned Tyke Smith.
Yes.
Who, when he's healthy, this secondary is a lot better. And hopefully he can get healthy at the end of the day. Let's go out to Russ again. Bucky Irving was a draft still. 4th round draft pick, Bucky Irving, the way he's producing. And it just shows you, like, you don't have to necessarily draft a running back in the 1st round to get it done. You draft him in the later rounds, and Isaiah Pacheco comes to mind, Kareem Hunt, 3rd round pick. You don't necessarily have to draft a running. Tyron Tracy for the Giants. he's been productive. I want to, yes, go ahead.
Turns out with Jason Light and Bucky Irving and the rounds he's finding these Payne Durhams and these players in, it just turns out that when you draft guys that have a team first mentality that also happen to be great football players, they come in, they buy right into this system, and they just keep rolling that ball forward.
Yeah, now we may have somebody else coming on here in just a little bit to give us the Giants' perspective and what they're going to do going forward. Yes, absolutely. Legion. He may be coming in here. Gadecki has come a long way. Absolutely. It's amazing when you get a guy at his natural position, how much better he is, because the first year his rookie playing left guard, he just didn't look good. And now you put him in that situation, a better situation, and he's definitely flourished. Let's go out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where you're calling from? You're on the Evolution.
Eric from Lakeland, Florida, best sports Wob Tech show in the Bay Area.
All right, if you're going to say that, you gotta come strong to it. You got to say the three things. What are the three things?
Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Go Bucs.
Yes,
I like how we did in the first half.
Okay.
We got a little, maybe, lost the ball a couple of times. I know we got it back. I think we could have scored about 45, 50 points, but coming off the bye week, the Giants are a bad team. Just got to keep it going. Just got to, take care of the ball, play good defense, and hopefully you think Wirfs will play next week, Peter?
I think he could. I think it goes back to Tampa Bay Ray's point. The reason why the Bucs don't play him today is on that turf. You play him on that grass field in Carolina. Another week to rest him and get healthy. And once again, the Bucs definitely dodged the bullet, because that could have been a long-term injury where you lose him. Justin School played well today. The offensive line overall played well today. And it's not like the Giants are slouches when it comes to up front. They had 30 sacks coming into this game. So hats off to that offensive line doing a great job of protecting Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I think the Panthers, I don't know how many sacks the Panthers have, but they have Clowney and a couple other, what's his name? Derek Brown's done for the year. So,
yeah, well, we'll see. That team is still fighting for Dave Canales. They picked up some wins already. They fought Kansas City tooth and nail today to take that down late in the fourth quarter. So, we'll see. But every team, whether it looks easy or not, and these are winnable games, but we also know that if you don't give your best effort, and the Bucs could have went out there today and gave their worst effort and lost to the Giants. So it happens. It's no freaking logic. It's not for long. Bucs need to take care of business, and the next team is the Carolina Panthers.
Yes.
Yep, and Atlanta's got the Chargers and the Chargers and the Commanders next, right?
Yes.
Well, there you go. So Atlanta could lose both of those games.
Oh no, maybe I think it's the Chargers and Commanders. Yeah, so
we'll check that schedule. We'll check it up there.
I want to say
check your phone there. Check your phone. I know you're charging it there, producer. Let's check that schedule. What else, Eric?
That's it. We gotta keep going. And big shout out to Tampa Bay Ray, Peter Blake, and the Baker Mayfield. He's one tough guy. I was a little worried. I thought he maybe got a check for a concussion with his finger, and he kind of put his helmet away and then put his helmet on. I'm like, okay, maybe they should let Trask, get a couple of reps. But nice.
All right, Eric, we appreciate the call as always, my friend. Continue to call. Use that second call if you want to. All right, good to hear from you again.
Great to hear from you, Eric.
All right, bring your passion, bring the excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Go Bucs, baby.
Yeah, there we go. Shut up and be quiet. Here's what I think about when you say stuff about me when I'm trying to give them the victory.
This guy sucks.
Let's go! All right, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391.
Yes, Sunday, December 1st, Chargers at Falcons.
Okay.
But, hey.
Certainly a winnable game with Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert.
And the reason why that works in double Bucs favor is because if the Chargers do go in there and put a good ass whooping on them, then we play them we play the Raiders the following week.
Yeah,
so let them keep their egos stoked until they get to us.
There's no correlation. I know you were trying to make one, but there was none.
Well, we do play them.
Shut up!
A couple weeks.
It's been a long day. Let's tell them.
It has.
We've been here since 6 a.m.
Well, you've not been here since 6 a.m.
toured
Maybe
the
you
trop.
have been here since 6 a.m. Nobody's been here
toured
since
the
6
trop.
a.m. Liar.
I think
You feel like you've been here from 6 a.m. What have you been on?
I think that young lady's been here since 6
I think she has been. I think they should cut her off.
She got cut
Seriously,
off.
listen,
No,
I love
she's
people that
cool.
are on the sports web, but sometimes
Get back to the comments.
Maybe
Get back
not.
to the
Yeah,
comments.
get back to the comments.
Oh,
there.
Packers up 17-0.
She said, by the way, she said she never heard of us. So if you haven't heard of us, like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube and friend me at Peter H. Blake. Even her.
Hey, nothing could be
Even
finer
if
than
she
to
does
be-
have a husband though.
What?
She has a husband though. She didn't
does?
act like it though. Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it. Wait, I wasn't saying it. I'm not saying that.
That's how Keith Smith was in there today. No, he was not. You're thinking of 29, which would be Christian Itzian, who was there, and also Mike Edwards.
Yes.
Evans and Irving make a huge difference for the Bucs. Absolutely, Russ. Well, Belichick would have to draft his own quarterback in New York. Do you have confidence you'll be able to do that? I see Mr. Andrew of the Two Giant Goofballs. We'll get him in here in a moment. Belichick won't go to work under Jerry Jones.
Belichick?
Jerry won't let coaches coach.
That's what I'm saying. Too much ego there. It doesn't work. Dang, Jimmy Johnson didn't work, and Jimmy Johnson may be the best coach of all time.
Bill Parcells had some success, but it also didn't necessarily work either.
Hey, if you're gonna let me cook, you gotta let me do the shopping.
Kellen Moore, head coach candidate, Eagles offensive coordinator right now. You true Bigga. That's a magnetic personality kicking in, Peter. Yeah, laugh out loud. Absolutely. She is so funny and drunk. I know you had a bunch of drinks. Wow, says Ben. Bigga says, I'm dying watching her must-see TV. Thank you. I appreciate it. As long as you think that.
Oh, no. Thank you. Get him in here.
Oh, yeah. Let's
Andrew.
We appreciate the support as always, sweetheart.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Andrew.
All right. Let me read the rest of these comments
All
and
right.
then. Okay. Where's the bouncer?
Did you get her number?
No. You
Oh.
guys are echoing bad.
Could have been fireworks.
I don't know what that is. Don't drink and drive. Fix now. Yeah, that's happened sometimes. Hope her husband doesn't see her all over you guys. Yeah, me too. Christopher Cole, those ladies are 3 sheets to the wind. She was going off on
Speaking of
you.
wind.
That she was.
Speaking of women. No.
Let me read the
Okay.
comments.
Okay.
She was going off on you. She was. That's okay. It's the NFL. Any given Sunday, any team can win, and all wins count.
Yes.
Bigga says, you all got the ladies stopping through. We do. I guess all it takes is a camera. Very true. Christopher Cole, Bucs are battle tested.
Yes.
Russ, Turban Cowboys game changer. And the ladies are back for an encore. They keep on coming back. Guess y'all were talking too much sports for them. They left. That's okay. That's what we do here on the Evolution.
That's how we
I
do.
ain't sitting here talking about gossip or what's going on in Hollyweird for them to be entertained. I don't give a damn. We do our show. That's how we do it. We do the Evolution. Peter, bring back the stripper. Cam. Peter asked her if she has. Oh my God. Cam.
Gave you
Wow.
something, all right.
How about those Gamecocks ranked 14th? Russ, you and your Gamecocks. Bea is a bowling ball. Bigga. Shameless plug. Check out yours, True Bigga, Buccaneers Roll, Buccaneers Hip Hop Anthem for your game day playlist.
Yes.
Thank you for the YouTube super chat. We will definitely promote that. Yeah, Skull surprisingly played well, and the Giants have a dangerous D line. Russ says Chargers will whip that ass. Laugh out loud. Damn it, Jim, you have not called in.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you?
Let's go out to Bigga. She came back on cue. And Darlene, she meant business. I see you all. She did mean business. But we're talking business here, Green Queen. Thanks a lot for tuning in. In fact, I'd rather you here at this point instead of somebody saying that my stream show sucks and the Rolex doesn't matter. Just saying, I'll tell you what, let's go out. Oh yeah, I'm being petty. Listen, I could be positive.
Yes.
Or I could be petty.
Well, see, this is the problem.
You choose.
This is the problem.
Yes.
When we're doing our live, we've learned this over 6 years of doing it.
It's a gift and a curse.
I handed her the headphones.
Yes.
So you and her were having a conversation. I
Right.
was over here talking to her sister.
She was having a conversation with herself.
I didn't realize she was going.
She was cutting me
towards
down.
her.
It's probably the reason why I'm not married.
No, she didn't cut you down.
She was definitely cutting me down.
They were trying to get.
She was trying
to get viral.
She was cutting. She was cutting me down like
they were trying to
Bucs
give you a
defenders
viral.
cut down the Giants today.
Come on.
Oh baby, I did that. I'm so sorry. Let me go on
Good.
to Andrew of the 2 Giant Goofballs here, my friend. Welcome to the evolution after the Bucs beat the Giants 30-7. But your thoughts? I know you're a big-time Giants fan, but it was disappointing, especially in that first half. Thanks a lot for your time, my friend.
Good to be on with you guys there. I see, Peter, I heard you have a rumor you have a date tomorrow with a blonde married woman, I heard?
No.
Bears fan.
Definitely not.
That's what I heard. That's
an erroneous Leo word.
It's trending.
It's an erroneous rumor.
It's trending.
No.
Rumor has
It's not trending. There's no rumor out there. I'm single. I'm happy to be single, and I'm doing the sports web. Listen, if I had to listen to that, bro, I'll be single for the rest of my life. With that being said, go ahead, Drew. Talk about the Giants, you damn freaking goofball, you.
First off, there is a rumor because I started it.
That's how the Legends roll.
That's how I roll. Exactly. So yeah, you guys got to be in a better mood than I am right now. I can imagine.
I mean, we are. I mean, we're out here at Ferg's. We like you to come out next week if you like to. We had plenty of wings, plenty of atmosphere, plenty of football fans, and plenty of first downs by that Tampa Bay Buccaneer team in the first half. I mean, what did you think of that first half? Tommy DeVito, obviously not the quarterback answer. They've got talent, man. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know what it is, but you'll break down that first half for me as being a Giants fan, what you saw.
So, I mean, the first half, there's obviously a lot of rust on Tommy DeVito. He hasn't played since last year. But the biggest thing for me is, to be very frank, I'm done with the coach. I'm done with Brian Dable. This was the game that ended any faith I had in this guy whatsoever. And there's 2 plays that really come to mind that really ended it all for me. One, you got the play where he went ahead and tried for on 4th and 1 on, I believe, with their second drive on offense. That's all. They're at the 40-yard line.
Yes.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Why would you do that? And then what you do is instead you have a rookie running back who's averaging 5 yards a carry, 5 yards a carry, and you have a quarterback who's mobile. And what do? You get a 185-yard receiver to do an end around right in between the guard and the tackle. Do you think that's going to get you a first down? It wasn't 4th and inches. It was 4th and long and 1 at that point.
Yes.
The kind of long one that Juan was looking for a minute ago. But I mean, that's a long one at that point there.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. I don't understand the play call at that point. The Bucs are able to stop them. They're able to get that momentum.
It was 7-0. It wasn't like the game was out. It was 7-0. The game was not out of reach.
Oh, second drive, like you said, Drew. And the thing is that I want to say that Dayball outthinks himself. But at the end of the day, I also think that he wants to be that flashy coach that goes forward on 4th down from his own side of the 50 just because it's early and he feels his team can ball. But I think the reason why you're saying you've now lost complete confidence is he's just not crossing T's and dotting I's on the little things, the confidence and things like that.
Yeah, that's 100% what it is. And then the second play was the fumble at the 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Mm-hmm. I mean, why would you put the offense finally clicking? For the very first time all game, it's finally clicking. And what you do, you go, let's just put, DeVito out as a wide receiver, and we'll put a Wildcat offense and have 2 running backs back there. Like, you don't have to go cute like that. It's working. It's working at that time. There was no reason to do that. Those 2 plays alone. Let's say, for example, that the Giants, don't get the defense the ball in bad position at that point there if they punt it instead of going on 4th and 1. That was 3 points the Bucs got right there. The Giants are now plugging away at that one drive. Let's say they got the 7 points there. That's a 10-point swing in that game, guys, right there. Those 2 plays potentially.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you take some positives out of this game. The young rookie, Malik Neighbors, he showed out today, had some big-time catches. You like to get him more involved. Tommy DeVito goes out in the game. Drew Lock comes in. So you're kind of wondering, could they make a quarterback change, because it wasn't good for DeVito today, but it was very good for Neighbors. Talk about that young rookie in Neighbors.
I mean, he's been a stud all year long. Deal with the debacle of having Daniel Jones as your quarterback for the last games, and now you go and having debacle of having, with 38 passing yards in the first half, I think it was, or something like that, by DeVito. Neighbors is a stud. The kid is point blank one of the best wide receivers in the league already as a rookie. Got a little bit of an issue with the drops occasionally, but that'll get fixed, I think, over time there. But it's to him to have the success he's having, along with Tyrone Tracy Jr. as well, the rookie running back. But those two kids both to have the success they're having with the offensive line issues, with the quarterback issues, is absolutely amazing. And I think they both deserve a lot of credit for what they're doing given the circumstances. But at the same point, I talked a minute ago about how losing faith in Dable. Those two guys are, I think, what makes this a very attractive position if they do fire Dable and do fire Joe Shane, the GM, and start fresh and new. You have a team here that has an offensive line that's been played better. I mean, this obviously they have both tackles out for this game, so that caused issues. But you have an offensive line that's played better for the beginning part of this year before the injuries hit. You have the best rookie wide receiver in the NFL. You have the best rookie running back at the best rookie running back in the NFL as well. There's tools. There's things there. What you don't have is the quarterback. But it looks like we're going to have a top pick. I'm hoping Cam Ward is going to be a Giant when it's all said and done. We'll find out there. But we have the good pick. We have the good running back. We have the good wide receiver. We have an improved offensive line. This, I still think, is a team that is set if it just had a good quarterback.
It's true. Does Belichick going back to New York work for you? Is that a narrative that you've allowed yourself to go down that road and think about it? And if that were to happen, would that be something? How do you think that would work with Mara and what he's willing to do for a coach, and would he get control there?
So John Mara is actually a lot more hands-off, I think a lot of people give him credit for.
Right.
You watch Hard Knocks, he was suggesting he wanted to keep Saquon, said that Saquon was going to leave potentially. And look what happened. He let the GM do his thing. What I personally called for today actually was I want Joe Shane and Brian Dable both to be fired. I want Mike Vrabel to come in as the coach, and I want Bill Belichick to go ahead and get a position in the front office. Kind of like what Tom Coughlin did a few years ago with the Jaguars and have that kind of role. I think that's the perfect role for him. I think it's 72, 73, whatever he is. I know he's got this 25-year-old girlfriend trying to keep him young here, but I mean, you can't rebuild with a coach that old. You're going to have a year or two before you're good. So what, he's going to retire right as you're getting good? That's not a
It's a good point, and I'll tell you right now, we're on with Andrew of the Two Giant Goofballs podcast. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Best of the Bays, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy here live from Ferg Sports Bar and Grill in the what district?
Ferg's is down here on Central Avenue, just below 16th Street in the Edge district.
Love it right there. And, I think Belichick, as far as, player development, if he's a coach, I'm fine with that. But if he's wanting full control, which you believe that Belichick wants, I'm not in favor of that. And I don't think the Giant situation works out. Liam Cohen has been talked about in NFL circles being a hot candidate, offensive-minded coach. You go with Brian Daboll. Can you see them going defensive? Can you see them going with the Deion Sanders, trying to get him as an NFL coach so you could draft his son, Shedeur Sanders? I mean, what's your wish list right now if you're a Giants fan? What are you hearing from Giants fans of what they would want?
Well, yeah, the fan base is pretty split as far as Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward is probably the favorite of the two, currently at least. I think that, Deion Sanders is a pipe dream in my mind. Deion Sanders hates New York. There's issues going back to his days as a New York Yankee. He does not like New York as a whole.
Oh, wow.
So I don't think that's going to happen. I think if Shedeur goes there, and it's part of the baggage you're going to have in that scenario. And that's the biggest concern I have with Shedeur Sanders is his mental makeup. There's been issues. Obviously he had an issue with the ref yesterday against Kansas. He had the issue where he refused to shake one of the opposing quarterback's hands and stuff like that. There's enough issues that you go, is there a personality concern there? And I'm not saying there isn't. I don't know the kid personally. But I think with him, the biggest thing is going to be the interview process. I think it's more important with him than it is with anybody else right now.
Hey, Drew, I'll throw this at you. The thing about him, too, is you guys just got through with an experiment at quarterback that wasn't a leader on that team. You need your next quarterback to be, if nothing else, a leader and also a good quarterback.
Well, I'll say this. DJ, for all his faults, actually is a leader. That's the one thing I will give him. That kid is a leader. If you look at the way the team talked about him after benching, not a single person bashed him. Many people actually were upset and were very vocal about being upset about him being gone from the team there and the way he was treated by being a scout team safety earlier this week and everything before he got cut. He's just not a good quarterback. That's what it boils down to. He can't read defenses. He can't go through his progressions. If you can't do those two things, you're in trouble. And those things you can't teach. You either have that skill or you don't.
You like how his agent, the minute he gets cut, they put out there, Kansas City and the Ravens are looking at him as a backup. And I'm like, remember, this is the guy that couldn't get it done when he had all the time in the world to be ready in New York to be the starter. You really want to tell me he's going to be a backup or a third string or emergency COVID quarterback for a playoff team? That's a stretch, isn't it?
Well, I would say this, and I think Andrew would agree. The Giants, as an organization, haven't done a good enough job to put the pieces around him. They really stunted his growth. A lot of people will talk about the turnover situation, which is a fair point, but I always look at the organization overall. What did they put around him? What kind of an offensive line? What kind of weapons? Did they put a running game around him? Did they continue to switch offensive coordinators and coaches? And when you put all that together, that's the reason why you have Jones in his stunted growth. Do you agree with that?
I would agree with that, but I also think the big thing is that he had some pieces around him too. Again, he had a better offensive line this year than usual. He had Malik Neighbors this year. He had Tyrone Tracy this year. He's got some pieces around him. He had Saquon in the past. They brought in Kenny Golladay. Obviously, that didn't work out very well, but they did try that in the past. I just think that you look at this kid overall, he's just not good enough. And we all want him to be. If anybody has ever got a chance to sit down and talk to this guy, has said nothing but amazing things about Daniel Jones. He's a great guy overall. He's that guy, if you had a daughter, you'd want your daughter to find a guy like him. He's that kind of guy.
Right.
First guy in the building, last guy to lead, everything you want from a quarterback mentally like that.
Well, Drew, can I ask you a question?
Talented.
If I can ask you, so look, you're being a Giants guy, but also, knowing the Buccaneers the way you do because you hang out with us, which means you know a lot about the Buccaneers. Was there anything about the Buccaneers' performance against your Giants? Because everyone says, well, keep in light, it's the Giants. And I say this is still an NFL team any given Sunday. It's why they play the game. Anything the Buccaneers did against the Giants today you didn't see coming, or the Buccaneer fans can go, yeah, hey, that was kind of neat.
Yeah, I mean, the defense, obviously, for you guys. I didn't expect that at all. I don't know how much of that was your defense, how much was our offense. But, I went into this game saying that this would have to be probably a decent scoring game. The Bucs, like we said, average about 27 points a game. They got 30 on us at that point there, so you can figure that's about average.
Yes.
And if you look at the fact that the defense was basically on the field the entire game, where your Bucs offense just was on the field nonstop because our offense couldn't do anything, that's somewhat of an okay performance, I think, by the defense to a certain degree. They're a bend but don't break defense that we have here with the Giants. It's not the yards that matter, it's the points. But when it boils down to it, I did not see whatsoever as far as what happened with our Giants offense having trouble against your Bucs defense.
Was this the bottom of the barrel for you guys? I mean, you said you made the point and great points as to why you're done with Brian Daboll. The experiment was going to come in here. Was Daniel Jones going to be the next Josh Allen? Was this the bottom basement for Giant fans? You've had some big rough knocks over the last few years. The Saquon thing obviously hurting a lot, but this is the bottom of the barrel right here, the offensive performance. But your team didn't quit, though, too. So on the same token, or the other side of the coin, wasn't there also some things to take away positive from this game from a Giants fan standpoint?
Well, we hit rock bottom. We lost against the Panthers there in Germany. I mean, let's be honest. Losing to the Panthers is about a rock bottom.
Panthers almost beat the Chiefs today. They took them to the last minute. The Chiefs only won.
That's what the Chiefs do. The Chiefs play close everybody. That's just the Chiefs.
I think they do it.
Yeah, like we call that in our pick show. I said the Chiefs would not beat the spread in that game because it's just the way the Chiefs are. They play very close games. They somehow win. Whether it's through paying off the refs or Taylor Swift doing a solo concert real quick, I don't know. But, they always tend to find a way to win. But, what it boils down to it is you lose to the Panthers. There's no going down further than that. So we're already at the rock bottom. At this point here, half the fans want to tank and get the quarterback. I'll never say I'm pro the tank, but I'm not upset if it happens either because there's still a positive no matter what.
If you get it
right. All right. I'll tell you what, let's go out to the phone lines. This man right here has been trying to call up Mr. Williams. Welcome to the evolution of sports talk television. What's up?
My man. What's happening? How's everybody?
I'm good now.
We're doing great, man. We're live here at Ferg. Yes. You should come down next week. We'll get Harry to come down here with some wings for you. How about that?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about because I'll be home next week.
Okay.
I'll be home my next game, Harry.
There you go, Harry. He called you out. You got to be down here at Ferg's or get ready to pay those wings off, right, Mr. Williams?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right.
Man, I'll be in Tampa next week, man.
All right.
You
So
know.
what did you think of the Bucs game today, Mr. Williams?
Hey, man, today we played like we really needed to play. And I really think, if my defense keeps swarming like they did, we're going to have a chance to make a run towards the playoffs. Man.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. That was surprising. Playoffs, 4 sacks in the game.
Playoffs.
In that first half there. Kalijah Cansey, Vita Vea, Yaya, and
Oh,
Anthony
yeah.
Nelson.
Oh, yeah.
Impressive.
And one thing I can say, I am proud of number 31 because he came from out of the middle of nowhere and he got him a sight. I say he's back.
Antoine Winfield Jr.?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's my man.
I know that is your man. And
Tristan took him for MVP of the game before
He did.
pregame,
He absolutely did.
And he flashed a bit. He
Yeah.
flashed, but the rest of the defense flashed even brighter.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, man. Canty done his job, man, and I like the young man, and I like the way my corners was up on these receivers.
Yep.
And I hope my head coach keep it coming.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, you could talk about that. That was one of my big keys to the game. And hold on, Mr. Williams. Sterling Shepard showed out today, made some plays.
Oh yeah, yes he did. Yes he did.
In the game, Andrew, talk about Shepard a little bit.
Well, Shepard was, like we said on our show prior to it, that he's kind of like the anti-Saquon. When Saquon came back to the, to MetLife Stadium, he was booed like you wouldn't believe. And I get the hate there to a certain degree. I don't to other degrees, but that's a whole other topic of the day. Sterling Shepard is a guy that's highly, highly thought of, not just by Giants fans, but the Giants organization as a whole. He's a guy that I guarantee you when he's done and ready to hang it up, he will be a wide receivers coach for the New York Giants in some way, shape, or form. It's just the way that organization
Yes, sir.
There's certain guys they just love. Sterling Shepard's one of them. He's a guy that unfortunately gets injury after injury after injury after injury. But you know what happened every time he got injured? He stayed around the facility. He stayed around the team. He supported his teammates in every single way he possibly could. He mentored all the young guys that were coming in and out of this team. This is a team that, like I said, they nothing but great things about this guy, and rightfully so. And I'm glad to see him playing, seeding somewhere. I really am.
But at the end of the day, I'm gonna take my hat off to number 7.
Okay. Bucky
I'm
Irving.
gonna take my hat off to number 7, Bucky. That's my guy. He ran real good today.
That he did. And the most exciting play of the game there, the 56-yard run, the longest for this Bucs team with Baker Mayfield down there with the blocking.
Oh yeah. But yeah, man. Baker did that, man. Let's salute him, man. He done a good job.
Yeah. He's done a great job with all the injuries, Mr. Williams. We appreciate the call. Use that second call if you like to. We'll see you next week, okay?
Yes, sir.
Get down here to
All right,
Ferg's.
man. Number love, man.
Hey.
Tell Harry I'll see him soon.
All right. We'll
take care, Mr. Williams.
Let's talk about that, Drew. You talk about Tyron Tracy, who's been very impressive, but the Bucs were able to, contain him today. Talk about Bucky Irving. How surprised were you by his performance today versus the Giants?
So I got to disagree with you there, respectfully, Peter. I don't think that Tyrone Tracy Jr. was stifled by the Bucs whatsoever. He just didn't get a lot of time to actually run the ball. He got 9 carries and 42 yards in the game. I mean, that's not a bad average. And Bucky, to be honest with you, I thought he did about what I expected. I think his numbers are definitely a little bloated because of that one run. If you take out that one run, he had 11 carries for 31 yards. The Giants' defense is not a good run-stopping defense. And the fact that they had held them to that point, I take that actually as a win for the Giants' defense overall, because you can't count on every single week a guy getting a 56-yard run. That's not normal. You got one bad play. You take that out, and he's got 11 carries, 31 yards. That's less than 3 yards a carry.
But then you look at what he does in the passing game here. Also very effective. Six catches for 64 yards. So once again, he's multi-dimensional. And I think he's the number one back for this Bucs team going forward. And again, for me, when you shut down a running back and you hold him under 100 yards, you did your job. And this Bucs team has not really been able to do that consistently, although did a good job last week versus Christian McCaffrey. But we've also seen the other side of the coin where running backs go for 100 yards, you eat up clock and things like that. Give me some final thoughts here, Drew, of the two giant goofballs on this Bucs win and Giants loss here today.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is it's a tale of two different cities here, really. You know, you look at the Bucs and what they're dealing with right now. Obviously you guys are basically like an average team in the NFL that are looking to ascend like you did last year at the last minute there, so to speak, and do your thing and get everything rolling. You know, the rest of your schedule, you got the Panthers, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Cowboys, the Panthers again, the Saints. I mean, you guys could be on a run here. You can go on a 5-1, you can even like say a 4-2 run real quick and get into the playoffs and sneak in kind of like you did last year. Some of that's going to be dependent on what the Falcons do the rest of the way, obviously, as well. But, you know, that's where it's really at that point there. Then you look at the Giants, and their schedule is the complete difference at that point there. The Giants definitely have a rougher schedule than the Bucs do going forward. So we got the Cowboys next week, who, again, not near as tough as they've been in the past, but the Cowboys have had the Giants' numbers for the last decade, it feels like. Then you got the Saints, who just beat us last year. Then we got the Ravens, the Falcons, the Colts, the Eagles. It's like one team's trying to get to the playoffs. One team is probably securing a top 2 pick at that point to get one of those two quarterbacks. And, you know, both them pros and cons, you know?
Absolutely. Go ahead and promote yourself here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television.
Yeah, so I'm one of the co-hosts of Two Giant Goofballs. We're a New York Giants-based podcast/vodcast, whatever you want to call it nowadays. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. We're also on all the audio podcasts as well. So we go live every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also do post-game coverage. And for all of those that aren't maybe not Giants fans, we also do picks every Thursday night there as well. Obviously not this week. It's Thanksgiving. The Giants are playing, and do a recap shows on Mondays. We don't just talk Giants, and we do things all throughout the year, free agency coverage, draft coverage, way beyond just the Giants as well. So again, it's just Two Giant Goofballs, all the major social media contacts there.
Drew, tell me about that man cave facility you have going on over there. You got some nice Giants merch on the wall.
I'd even break out the Flavor Flav here at this point.
Yeah,
Flavor Flav.
Listen, we got stuff. I don't have everything up here is the scary part. I got stuff everywhere at that point. Even if you look at the where my mouse and my keyboard is on, is a Giants thing as well. It's like, you know, and it's funny because I've actually called today publicly for a banning of buying anything Giants related right now until the Giants get their shit together because it's so
you know, you wouldn't be wrong in that assertion. You got to figure out what you're going to do with Brian Daboll. I think Brian Daboll has the capacity to go on a run, but he does not have control of his team. I don't want to say he lost his team because the team hasn't really lost. They still didn't quit in some weird shape or form. But, yeah, he's not shining at all. He doesn't seem like he's got those guys ready to run through a wall for him. So I think coach change might be exactly what's on the docket for those New York Giants.
We'll see what
changed, though, too. I mean, look at the way he was talking about Saquon and the Hard Knocks, publicly talking bad about – you don't publicly talk bad about a player. Then you got the whole, again, Daniel Jones fiasco this week. We had the bye week, same as you guys last week. Don't tell me the Giants just figured out on Monday they were going to cut Daniel Jones. The conversation should have been had the second we lost to the Carolina Panthers, saying, let's talk to your agent. Let's sit down. This isn't working. We're going to move on. And you could have done it in a respectful way, had a press conference, let him say his goodbye like he did, and say, we, out of respect for Daniel Jones, everything he's done in the last 5.5 years, because, again, not a great quarterback, but the kid has busted his butt for this team, point blank. You could have said, you know what? We're going to release him, let him catch up with the team, let him make a chance to rebuild his career, and we're both going to move on together that way. So but instead, no. They put him out there. Again, the scout team safety he was on I think, Tuesday.
Out on a third field.
Yeah.
with a jug machine. But, Andrew, and here's the thing. You made a point right there, and I'm going to let you go on this, but you said the Buccaneers want to buy, the Giants want to bye week just like the Buccaneers were. But what you guys had to go through in the media light, especially there in New York City last week, you guys really weren't on a bye week. The Bucs did have their vacation, and that's also, I think, what showed on the field today in that Buccaneers performance against those New York Giants. Brother, thanks for joining us tonight, Andrew. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Andrew, the Legion.
Coming down for some wings next time.
Yes. All right. Good stuff there. Let's go back out to the comments, and then we will wrap this puppy up for the night here. Over 2 hours, commercial-free.
Commercial-free.
With plenty of entertaining commentary when it comes
and
to.
here's the thing I want to make a point. Anyone who's watching the show this late, until you've seen, remember, I won Best of the Bay 2019 Best Local Columnist right here in Tampa Bay. I write. You ain't seen me do a commercial read until you've gotten on board as a sponsor here in the Sports Web for our Buccaneer game day, pregame, halftime, and postgame shows live from Ferg. So
live from Ferg.
You want to see me? Someone out there make a payment. The $25. Peter, take them in DMs. $25 to Mr. Peter Blake's thing. We'll do a read for your business, and we'll call it a test. You tell us after that if we deserve a sponsorship, and then y'all can start really calling our people.
A little bit more than that. But we got some rates.
No,
so we'll talk. You inbox me if you're interested.
I'm doing it there. $25.
You be quiet. How about that? All right, so it was a good thought process, though. Russ says, Peter Blake, very talented. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
One of the main web heads of the show from the very beginning. Can people hear your broadcast at Ferg's? To a certain degree, they can. We don't have the speakers, but we could bring the speakers out here, Russ.
Peter, the thing is not that they don't want our show.
Right.
They do. But you've got all the audio from all the games. And here for Buccaneers games, here's the best thing about it. The one, whether it's TJ McNew or TJ Mack, every time.
Or TJ Reeves.
Or TJ.
The media icon.
Or TJ Reeves.
Yes.
Every commercial, there's great banging music, and it's on whatever was going on, the vibe that's going on in here.
Sure.
At one point, it was, who was it again? Pony by
Genuine Pony.
And
Yes.
that was like this soul-based bump. And even the Giants fans were dancing, and Bucs fans and the Giants were getting their butts kicked. And then when the game comes back on, literally they get fined a little bit every time that the commercial break and the music don't mix perfect. So they're not only taking care of you watching the game in one of these hundreds of televisions, they're also controlling the flow. And that's one of the reasons why coming out here is Bury the Lead.
Love it.
One of the best places.
Great stuff and great wings, great food, great atmosphere. It really is.
Got to get Harry's wing.
There you go. All right, so got to. All right, don't worry about it. We have the same issues as Evans not getting the credit till Tom Brady came around. So we'll take Malik half his career until he gets noticed to laugh out loud. Good stuff, Sean. Thank you for the comment. Ross says Bucs should take a look at LSU quarterback for the future to learn from Baker. I'm not high on who you're talking about. I know you're an SEC honk, but I don't think he's a great quarterback by any means.
He can pitch the biscuit, but I don't know. I haven't seen his leadership.
He ain't no Jaden Daniels, that's for sure.
No.
And I think the young quarterback is on this team eventually, and it's going to surprise you. It's not Kyle Trask. It's actually Michael Pratt, who even Jason Light admitted to our own J.C. Allen of Sports Illustrated he wanted to draft, and the Packers got him instead, and now he's on the practice squad. So be watching for that in the future. Baker's an animal with his blocking. Kid has heart, shows game after game that he is the guy for us. Agree, Sean. Woo! Again, Sean coming strong to the mic as always. Russ, Brady Cook, Missouri quarterback, good for the Bucs, getting third or fourth round. MH says fire Bulls. I don't know where that's from, MH. JTS going out and nobody notices. He's not good. We noticed it, but I didn't even know if he played or not until he went out with the ankle injury. So
yeah, well, that's
Russ says Bucky is another work done.
Yeah, we talked
Sir
about
Foul
that.
Baller or Sir Foul Player of Brooklyn says, I thought this was our best shot at a win for the rest of the season. Thanks a lot for the comment. Giants fan. Bucks. He is the Giants fan. I said that. Yeah. Bucks 9 wins possible. I said 11, possibly 10. We'll see. Andrew, if Bucky didn't have that big run, he would have 31 yards. If my aunt had, she would have been my uncle. Come on, man.
It's a game of inches.
We don't judge your family tree. Nick says, you really think Sanders can help save this team with Dayball and Joe at the helm?
Jesus Christ couldn't save this team with Dayball.
It depends on his mental makeup. It's the one thing we can tell by watching tape. The interview process is so key for him. Absolutely is. If he doesn't have a great interview, then a lot of teams will shy away from drafting him. It's happened. And maybe to a fault, because sometimes they look too much at the interview. But character is a big time deal.
Character's my number one. It's Jason Light's number one.
Right, and how you hold yourself as a quarterback. And I always say this, you're not just looking at a quarterback that can make all the throws and go through his progressions. Yes, that's a part of it. What you want for a quarterback to be a franchise is if you go to that bad franchise and you face adversity, how can he come out of it? We saw that with Caleb Williams, and that's what Harry's talking about. He's performed well, even under pressure. I know the record is not indicative of that, but he has. So that's a good thing. He didn't crumble. That's the one thing a lot of general managers and owners are looking at when they draft a young quarterback. Got to keep it rolling. Let's go, Bucs. Let's go! Great show, guys. Until next week, good night, fellas. Good night to you. Thank you for tuning in. As always, Christopher Cole. If any of our fellow goofballs watching want to support the Sports Web, subscribe at www.youtube.com.
Put my YouTube page in
the
there
Sports
too.
Web. Yes, and then Shane is a smug bum. Respectfully, I wouldn't let him pick Drapes, let alone our next quarterback. Good comment there. Thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it. Two Giant Goofball says, agreed, sir. Foul player. Final thoughts here on the evolution of Sports Talk Television, live from Ferg's after the Bucs pick up a big victory over the New York Giants, 30-7.
We've been doing this a while. I've been third time's a charm, doing this a while. We've had those days where we had to go live after a game we shouldn't have lost. In fact, I remember a Giants game that we shouldn't have lost. And we've gone live after games, so we've had great days. Today was a great day, but it was because coming back from the bye week, you see what this team does, getting a little bit healthy, and you still see they're so committed to every little bit of detail out there, and I think that's going to play large as we go through the rest of the season because they really do have to go next game's the most important game because to avoid that trap game.
Just sub. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Nick says, I agree. Total reset is needed. It's the way of the National Football League. If you don't have a quarterback, you go nowhere. Right now, it looks like the Giants don't have a quarterback.
Well, don't forget, it's the number one market in the world.
Correct.
Right? And Bill Belichick.
Lots of pressure.
Bill Belichick, there should be a statue. There's probably he's a saint in New York. They've actually he's got sainthood there.
Right.
If you're going to do, and you don't want to call it an experiment, you're going to go all in. But even if it doesn't work, you brought home a hometown kid. But if he was the general manager, as Drew was saying, right?
Yeah.
Would that give him time to also be broadcasting a little bit?
Bill Parcells is not walking through that door, but I understand where you're going with the Bill Belichick because he was a defensive coordinator. He's a defensive-minded coach. We'll see where he goes in the offseason when it all is said and done. Bucs need a great defensive end in the draft. Definitely edge rusher, but I'm looking to talk about the draft because the Bucs are still in it, being at 5
Who's
and
going to be
6.
at number 32 anyway?
And reset button needs to be near. I like that. Mars finger there, Nick. Let's go out to Sean. I'm not high on Britt. I don't think he's anything in his position now, but he isn't bad at stopping the run. So take Britt, replace JTS. So look for a linebacker. Let Britt try and show pass rush and run stuffer. Just my thoughts that somebody's having a good time getting jiggy with it, as you would say here.
With it.
Do you like that? That guy was lit, as the kids would say. And favorable head coach and Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator. I'm going to get on this. Final thoughts. Bucs win 30-7. They play the Carolina Panthers next. Hopefully, we will be back here live at Ferg's.
We'll be here.
Right here,
Yes.
giving you all your best Bucs coverage when it comes to a pregame
Will
show.
you be here?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, to
And then
come
will you
down
be-
here.
Will you be here calling in?
Yes. Enjoy and enjoying the pregame show, enjoying the halftime show, enjoying the postgame show, calling in and doing what we always do here. Again, like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube.
I just kissed this mic. It's seen more lips than Mick Jagger's toothbrush. Tonight there's been people all over. And I went in here.
Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. For the great Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy, I'm your host, Peter Blake. Bucs win 30-7 to move to 5 and 6. Carolina next. 3 things. You know them. You love them. You got to have them. Even that drunk woman didn't know it, but he's going to know it now.
Know it.
Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay Sports Fan, it's your time. We'll see you next time on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Again, live here from Ferg's.
Seiko reporter out.